Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head,
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Wrong button. What's up, Gorecasters? Welcome back here to the Gorecast with me, Johnny Deadly, the fastest J roller in the Southwest, and the rest of the horror movie miscreants as we get into a bit of rock and roll high school with some flavors of Satan in, 'cause it's Thursday.
It's a lot of Satan.
Yeah, because that's basically the plot of all movies tonight.
Satan?
Except for Studio 666 is just some non-affiliated demonic activity going on, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
did you see the book they had? We know exactly what kind
No,
of
but I mean, it's not
demonic
Satan.
activity that is. No, it's not Satan.
Yeah. That's why I said
We can-
I wasn't going to get into that till the review. That's why I said non-affiliated demon activity, because I was trying to keep it.
I'd say so.
Well, I'd say differently affiliated.
You're either affiliated or not affiliated.
But they're affiliated with a different organization.
Yeah, well then it's non-satanic
I
affiliated.
feel evil affiliated then.
No,
Yeah, but the way he was saying it,
evil would be in general. They're all out with the same goal.
Yeah.
Right.
One's Nike, one's Adidas.
dude, give
You
me
know
a
what I mean?
break.
That's basically it. One's Coke, one's Pepsi.
Choice of
One's
new
AEW,
generation.
one's
The
WWE.
Kandarian's definitely been Coke, because Satan and all of that side of the story sucks nuts. Satan, how are you?
Satan.
Speaking of how are you, how is everyone in the chat getting on today? We got Bill, we got Joseph, we got Tristan. I nearly
Hello.
said Trini there for a minute.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Tristan.
What's Trini from?
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, that's it. She's Yellow Ranger.
Oh, we got
Hey,
Hikagi as
man.
well.
One.
Hi,
Hickage!
Hikagi.
Welcome to the Chisnits. And we got Lady Deadly.
She was the one
Hello,
that
Pam.
died.
Hi, Pam.
Yeah, unfortunately. Rest in power,
Yes,
Yellow Ranger.
RIP. She got
Car crash, wasn't it? Yeah. That was very
Yes.
sad.
It was. They had to recast her. Well, actually, no, I think she died after the show.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
She only died not recently, but
Yeah.
like
Who?
the Yellow
It was
Ranger.
shortly after
Oh.
making that third Crow movie.
Was it?
She was in the third row.
She's not in the third.
Yeah, the
Crow.
one with. Yeah, she is the one with David Borealis.
Then that's,
Who the
that's,
fuck is
oh,
she in
that's
the
the fourth
Crow
one.
movie?
Sorry. Okay,
That's
fourth.
the fourth one. Do not
Yeah.
mix those two up.
The third one's the
Okay,
one
so
with
that was
fucking
probably-
Kristen Dunst.
Kristen Dunst, that's it.
and Eric
who is she in the
Mabius.
fourth one?
Mabius.
Hang on. Whoa. No, maybe I'm right. Maybe it is the third one. So I just had the wrong people in it.
Well, I will look while you.
Will you also
She's
find out
dead.
when she died? Because I didn't think it was
I
that
will
far
do
back.
that too.
She's definitely
Yeah, I
one of the
didn't
Crow
realize-
movies because I remember we were discussing it in one of our shows when we went through the Crow films. That we were watching the Yellow Ranger in a scrap against somebody.
Go, go, Power Rangers. Me. That's not her. Actually, maybe I should just find out her first.
Is it the second Crow, maybe? Because
No.
because
The second Crow was about the guy with
second
the
Crow
kid.
was where they literally redid the Crow, but in a different place
Right.
and a different time.
No, it's
Um,
definitely not the second one. It's not City of Angels.
I don't think it's I don't think it's the one with David Boreanaz, because there was a limited crew on that, or a limited cast.
Super
I
limited.
thought that was the third one.
No, that's the
No.
fourth one. The David Boreanaz one was the one that finished it. The one, the third one's the one with
Dennis
Eric
Hopper.
Morbius. Do you know where the Crow mask is like burnt into his face, opposed to it being like makeup?
Yeah. Okay.
He gets framed for murdering his girlfriend.
Yes.
And
She died in 2001.
Jesus Christ, I didn't think it was that long ago.
which
Almost
Crow
20
movie was she
years
in?
ago.
Oh,
I'm on it. She was in City of Angels, the one that you said she definitely wasn't in.
The one that I said probably. I just remember an Asian bird kicking the fuck out of someone in City Angels.
Well, at least I was right about something. She was in a Crow movie.
Oh, it's on Paramount Plus. I have that. I can go watch
You know, City of Angels gets a bad rap.
It's not bad.
The ending is
good.
absolute
It's not
pants,
bad.
but the journey there is okay.
The only one that I really think is bad is the last one.
Yes, because it's terrible.
Salvation's not terrible. It's not
Yeah.
great again.
If Danny
but
Trejo and David Boreanaz can't save your movie, you fucked up.
No. And Dennis Hopper.
As Uncle Roger would say, you fucked up. Anyone Uncle Roger fans? No? Okay.
Mr. Roger?
No, Uncle Roger?
Oh, I think it was...
He's like, he's an American comedian, but he does a character where he's Chinese, but he does a character where he's like a really angry Chinese uncle.
oh,
And he
that guy.
reviews cooking, chefs cooking.
Yes, dude, I dig the shit out of that dude. Never
Yeah,
knew his
I
name.
love him. You fucked up.
Yeah, Bill said that was the last movie she did.
I completely blanked.
Yeah, it could have been.
Completely blanked on her being in that.
That came out in...
Weirdly enough, because I was like, she wasn't in a Crow movie, and then when someone mentioned about, I just remember her kicking the shit out of someone. All of a sudden, I was like, City of Angels. I definitely remember an Asian lady kicking the tits off.
I was almost thinking the first one. It was that.
No,
chick
no,
that was,
definitely wasn't the first one. She's a different bird. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. I haven't seen the other ones in so long.
We can all agree the U.S. Power Rangers messed up the situation of how well their staff actors were treated. They got treated awfully.
Yeah.
Real bad. Real bad. A lot of them couldn't even afford to eat, and they tried to send the Blue Power Ranger to... I'll give you... Seeing as I'm actually the one with the World of Power Rangers, and I literally sent the Blue Ranger to anti-gay school.
Yeah, I was going to say...
To try and un-gay him.
It was bullshit.
Yeah. Because evidently, he was like, yeah, but I'm gay, not the character. What's the problem? If anyone finds out you're gay, that's going to be a big issue. You can't have a Power Ranger that's gay.
One of the Power Rangers killed somebody.
Yeah. It wasn't just somebody. It was an old couple on a boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was a sick son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's not from the original run. He's from the second rendition of the Power Rangers.
One of the other, one of the mini versions.
Blue Ranger, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Blue Ranger.
I don't know exactly what color and show. I just know he was a Power Ranger.
Okay, I'll tell you something for nothing. I was being polite where I was doing the Blue Ranger, right? I'm telling you, it's Blue Ranger.
I know. I'm just
I remember they brought that up in Robot Chicken.
I was being the giz,
and Robot Chicken said it was Red Ranger, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Blue Ranger. And then I looked it up in the newspaper articles, and I was like, yeah, Blue Ranger. Fuck you, Robot Chicken.
Welcome to our Power Rangers episode.
Oh man, I'd love it.
They do have 2 movies.
I'd love it. They have 2. They have more than 2 movies, bro.
I just remember the 2.
There's the original. There's Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, and then there was the more recent piece of shit, just called Power Rangers.
Bad movie. Original Power Rangers movie, very fun.
Elizabeth Banks.
Original Power Rangers movie, very fun.
Yeah, and there's a lot of issues with that movie. I was watching a behind-the-scenes thing on the
all the Rangers. They nearly had no Rangers for their movie until they managed to settle some shit.
And they also kept changing that one chick that showed them the powers on the...
Because strangely enough, believe it or not, they wanted to, the no money that they got for doing Power Rangers, they also wanted to pay them the same wage for the movie. And they were basically like, it's a movie deal, which means it's a new contract, and you can go, fuck off. If you don't give us some fucking cash, basically. Thank you very much.
They had to film everything. This time they didn't have the fucking...
And I don't know, why would you piss off Jason David Frank? He can literally round kick your face clean off your fucking head.
Right.
Round kick? Roundhouse kick is what I meant to say, sorry.
There was the I guy.
Alpha.
Yeah.
I. Zordon.
Oh my god, you need to do that episode where you make the poster with like one of like you and Zordon and us. It's like, oh my god, that needs to happen.
I will do it when we do a Power Rangers episode.
Yeah. Oh god.
When we do a Power Rangers episode, I will Power Ranger you all up and I will be Zordon.
Oh.
Although,
awesome.
Can I say,
Rangers!
And this is not me being rude, and I'm sure any of the Power Rangers fans in the chat will agree, one of your 2 big bald heads would probably fit the Zordon role a little bit better than Harry McJesus face here. But
probably, yes.
I'm quite happy to be the Zordon in the tube.
It just feels
Are you laughing at the fact that I called them 2 big bald heads, or that I called myself Harry McJesus face, Carter?
Or all
of the above.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a little above.
Anyway, as is customary on a Thursday night, we sidetrack, and there's no better sidetrack than when you don't even really get to explain what's going on in the episode. So, as you've heard us report several times over the last couple of weeks, Studio 666, which is the new Foo Fighters horror movie, was up and coming. It has up and come, and it came hard all over the cinema screens and TV screens of people because it's fucking amazing. And
yes, it is.
It came so hard that we were like, you know what? I'm sure there's a team we can do here for a night where we got some rock and roll, nightmare, fucking super Satan heavy metal fuel going on. And I was wrong. There is no heavy metal Satan movies, but there's a whole lot of hair metal Satan movies.
Yes.
There's lots of movies with Satan and heavy metal bands in it. No movie specifically following them, except for one where I think it's a bunch of chicks who are vampires.
And we were also running into stuff like you guys had already covered.
Yeah,
stuff
there
like
was
that.
also
It's
a
like-
lot of the good shit myself and Giz has already covered in the years because
Right.
it's not a new topic.
So we get the leftovers.
So we were
get the
kind of
leftovers.
scraping a little bit.
Giz, can you lower your chair more and shimmy yourself to your right, please?
I still like the McChin thing he was talking about earlier.
Or move your chair back and shimmy to the right. Either or. The McChin? Yeah. Right more. Right more. Back a little. Back a little bit. Just a little bit more. I'm not taking... This is not me taking the piss. You're looking at me like I'm just doing this for... He's trying to fucking jive and shush me. No, I'm not. I'm literally like... Get... that may actually be perfect. No, nearly perfect. You know what? Okay. It's... okay. Do you know what we're going to do? Just seeing as we're live and we never get to do it before, will you actually just put your chair in a comfortable position? As in, what will it be from now on? And I will just reframe everything now live.
Oh, I'm choking on my own spit.
Creepy.
Okay.
Go lay down.
Is this where I'm looking at now? This is like, I don't need to do serious adjustments from now on?
Yeah, because I don't change the height on the chair.
Okie dokie. Right. Giz window.
Anywho, let's all talk to the chat when we do that. Hey, chat.
That would be great.
How's it going? It's Thursday. I almost forgot what day it was.
Man,
Every day is...
Power Ranger damage.
Hey, you know the way you, Buzz, have seen the movies
Stop.
that we are on about?
I have seen them, yes.
Why don't you
Want me to
start
tell
taking
the
it away
folks about
with Shock 'em Dead? And then one of us will interrupt because you didn't like that movie and everyone else did. So one of us will interrupt fairly soon afterwards
Okay.
and take over
Shock 'em Dead.
before you start shitting on the movie. Basically.
I'm about to pull up some names keys here. Came out in... It's funny because this film came out in 1991, very 80s, which, I mean, it wasn't too far off of 1990 or the 80s, but I feel this movie was more 80s than the previous movie. Or not previous movie, the other one that we're doing.
Even the hair metal bands that they're emulating are pure fucking 80s to the core.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my
There you
god,
go,
this must have
sorted.
been 1985 or something. And I looked at it, I was like, 1991. I was
Hella
way
surprised.
off.
I too was like, this is definitely 80s.
But yeah, so, excuse me, that came out of nowhere.
Season 7, Katie, things are hotting up, boy.
Ooh.
Quick supernatural. report.
Tracy Lords is in Shock 'em Dead.
Yeah.
And follows a film that and some of you guys were there. Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
For
good few people were there
watch
yesterday. Yeah.
I heard it for a grapevine that we don't know who we're supposed to root for in this movie. Kind of, maybe not sure.
No, from what I understand, Giz didn't understand who we were supposed to root for, or blatantly chose to ignore who we were supposed to root for, and just went with the two hot chicks wearing
three. I went for the most sympathetic characters.
the three hot chicks with spandex laced onto them.
Yeah, they were the real victims.
Sure, yes, they are the real victims.
So,
Yes,
this
bar all the
film,
people that they physically ate.
Well, I mean, I kind of see where he's coming from, though.
I get that to a certain degree, but I mean, look.
Like, they were getting
Look,
along
lads.
just fine until he showed up.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, wasn't everybody just making deals with Satan?
Those girls made deals with Satan because, to be fair, life dealt them shit hands. One got fucking burnt up, one was disfigured, and I can't remember what the third one was, but they were all kind of like understandable deals. They weren't just, hey, I'm having a crap day and I want to get a new car.
Yeah, what was the other chick's
Yeah, I don't.
issue?
I honestly can't remember because there was a lot of Science Theater 3000 going on at the time.
All right. Well, anywho, this film follows, I guess, because I guess he's our main character, Martin, who works at a pizza place and doesn't like the pizza place very much. And he wants to make more of himself. And his friend, the drummer of a band, called him. I think he was his
Are
friend.
they even friends? I thought it was kind of
I
like,
don't
I
know.
know a guy who knows a guy.
It
Yeah,
wasn't the drummer.
kind of.
No, guys, it wasn't the drummer. It was actually the lad that had sorting out the fucking technician leads.
Right.
No, they were
Oh.
auditioning guitarists. They couldn't find anyone. They're like, Jesus, we need somebody. They turn around to the guy who's sorting the leads. Do you know anyone who plays guitar? Yeah. Is he any good? I have no idea.
And they invite
'Cause he's
Martin.
like,
And unfortunately
I-
for Martin, Martin's a fucking uber dork. And can't play
He's
guitar
shit.
good.
No.
Two crucial components that will epically fail you while trying to get into a hair metal band. I'm reluctant to say.
Oh,
I'm
There's-
thinking more glam rock.
I'm going to say,
Glam rock.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
say glam rock, but I'm going to have to say that it was a very eclectic bunch of people in that band.
That singer had very David Lee Roth vibes.
David Lee
going
Roth,
with
he looked
him.
like he was whammed up to the tits.
He was.
Yeah.
He
And
looked
to be
like he was
fair,
whammed up to the
leotard.
tits. There was one
He
guy
leaned
that looked
into it
like
as
he was
well, though,
straight
so
out of
fair
Kiss. Or no, sorry, not Kiss, fucking like Motley Crue or something.
What was it? Bill was calling one of them Shawn Michaels. Martin
Yeah,
Jannetty.
that's the drummer. The drummer was the one who looked like Shawn Michaels.
And
Yeah.
their songs were awful.
Well, in their defense, the actual music was good. The
Right.
lyrics
no,
were shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to fuck no girl before I'm a married man. I don't want to fuck no girl
Except,
before
I
I'm a
think-
married man because I'm a special guy who wants to mind himself until the eyes of the Lord look down on me.
Except
look
that when-
down on me.
Except that when your man took over, I think he changed the lyrics. And all of a sudden, they became cool lyrics. You
I
know, it's
think
kinda
when your
like,
man
yeah.
took over, he went, I'm not playing this shit. Here we go.
Right.
You know the way I'm able to play the music better than what you did? I've also got some
I can
lyric
also
suggestions.
sing the song better.
And before we get to Martin getting in the band, Martin goes through a bit of a transformation, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because Martin
I'm a
runs
black
into...
magic woman.
Yeah, he runs
I
into
was gonna
it,
say,
and
goes to
you
see a
may
little
call
lady.
it us being racist, but it's
That's what they call it.
sometimes you just got to go with what it says on the tin, and she's a black magic woman.
She's the local voodoo priestess.
Where did he run into her, you ask? Is it a case of he went looking through some book for some guidance? Did someone go, I know of a wizard lady that lives in the hills. She may be able to help you attain the goals you want. No, the crazy bitch is just wandering up and down the street, basically, like
Right.
fucking, who wants some magic? I got some magic for you. So Martin's
But
like,
to be
hey,
fair, everyone thinks she's nuts.
yeah, everyone thinks she's nuts. Martin's the only one to entertain her ideas. And lo and behold, turns out she ain't fucking crazy. She's a goddamn voodoo portal to the underworld.
Well, she ain't fucking crazy is a bit of a broad gesture there to be painting that lady with, dude.
She's not crazy of what they're accusing her of being crazy with. How about that?
Okey-dokey.
Right, different crazy.
Yep.
So yeah,
I think
so
she's aimless crazy.
Oh no. So Martin's like, but I want to be in this rock band. And Lady's like, okay, come to my house. So she comes to his house, or he comes to her house, and he becomes a rock star. Guys,
After a
he
dark
wakes up in
magic
this
ritual.
house.
After a
Yeah,
dark
well,
magic
with-
ritual involving like getting
What is it?
stabbed in the chest and some other voodoo
Yes,
stuff.
it's a dark magic,
That's-
which, if you look at the greater span of
semantics,
things,
semantics.
kind of was a bit of a shit deal because it was like, give me your eternal soul, and for that you will have the power of playing guitar real good and hair.
No, the
And
exact
immortality.
phrasing was no. The exact phrasing was all of your earthly desires.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain exactly the deal that he got, not the way she worded it. Because
Right.
mostly what he got was a haircut and the ability to play guitar good.
My hair grow.
But the
I was
way
gonna
that
say,
she
he got some
worded
real
it is the
games thrown on
reason
there.
why he was it. The way that she worded it is the reason
You
why he was
are
able to
real
loophole
nitpicking
stuff
on
later
something that was supposed to be a gag.
on.
I'm aware she worded it good, but if you're going to hand your eternal soul over, maybe wish for more shit. I wasn't blaming
Right.
Black Magic Woman for the shit deal that he got. It's all Martin's fault, but still a shit deal did he receive. He got a hairdo and the ability to play guitar good. And not even play guitar good, to be blatantly honest, because he seems to be stricken with an overwhelming, overbearing need to rip solo for fucking 4.5 minutes quite badly in the middle of songs.
Yes. Not
I
even
say-
playing the actual
So,
instrument.
I
correctly.
say so.
He
I
should've
actually,
taken
do you
a
know what?
lawyer
It's hard
with
to say because it's like actually, the rip solos actually weren't bad. But if it was just a look at this guy rip a solo kind of thing, you'd be like, oh, that's real good. But in the realms of the tunes that they were trying to do, it was like, it's a little bit much, lads.
think
It was
he
like the
just
second
asked the
Metallica
guitars-
album. Do you know what I mean? It was just
Yeah,
like, what am
he
I?
sold
doing?
Ask for
He sold his soul for the standard rock star deal. You know,
Yeah.
fame, ability,
Hair.
chicks.
Hair, pussy, money, skills.
I think they
I mean,
asked
and-
the guitars for like a bunch of rips, and they just tried to like put the music around those. They're like, "Hey, he gave us 4 rips. All right, so we'll plug it here, They're
And he also
It'll
got the special power to eat people's souls.
Yeah.
That's not so much
kinda
power as a
Necessity.
price.
Jinx.
I said it out.
Uh-huh.
What?
You said necessity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We both
so
said
Martin
necessity at
wakes
the
up
exact
in
same
this
time.
Big house.
Yes, we did.
He's got ladies.
There's an
He got
entire
ladies
stream of people
around.
that just watched it happen. Necessity. Anyway, what?
Martin wakes up in a house. He's got 3 ladies there, and they're all there for a reason as well, kind of, I think.
Fucking and guidance.
Yes. One who was burnt, one who was disformed, and one who probably needed to pay off her student loans. I'm assuming.
We'll
that's
just
her-
put her under
I
MISC.
think-
We'll just put her under
Michelle,
MISC for the moment, I
Marilyn,
think.
I think
Monique.
somebody got hurt by fire, and so
Yeah, that was
That would be the
was
chick
burned.
who had her
probably
skin
the
burnt by
burned
fire.
one.
We got
I think that
chick who
was-
had her skin burnt by fire. We got chick who
Right.
was born very deformed, and MISC. I can't remember what the third one is. Miscellaneous.
Yeah, we were making a joke while they were explaining that one.
Yeah. So many jokes to be made.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Could say it was almost like an hour and 30 minutes of jokes that could be made. Oh, wait, that's the
Woo,
runtime.
jokey jokes. Well, it is a comedy horror.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So Martin does things. He becomes a dick. Becomes a dick, kind of.
quickly.
Actually,
And
Some
he's
would
kind of
say
a dick from the start
instantaneously.
anyway,
He
it's
woke up
just-
with 2 chicks on him, and he had a really good hairdo, and then was an asshole.
Yeah.
But the minute he got dressed up in his gimp gear, he was a asshole. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
He takes over the band. He gets the job in the worst band ever. That's the thing. Like, I want to be a rock star. What band should I choose? The shittiest band in North America.
I don't have interest in them. Boo da boo boo. Boo boo boo.
And he kicked out David Lee Roth in the band and then killed him. That's kind of cool. Let's see what else happened in the movie.
Not a lot.
Falls in love
No.
with Tracy Lords.
Yeah, he decides
as most
unanswered.
do.
Yeah.
It's
Unfortunately, that love was not answered. She was.
but it's,
it was always she wanted it.
She was
but she couldn't.
interested.
She was faithful
Right.
because that's what's
So-
rock and roll.
Kind of.
Faithful.
but it's okay
So-
because he had a
Kind of.
spell to make her one of the coven.
Oh,
and be-
Jesus
be his.
Christ.
Right.
Yeah.
That
I'm
end scene
I'm
with
going
the
to
pool.
expressly
Oh,
say
my
again
God.
about Tracy Lords' faithfulness to her boyfriend in this. Kind of
Right.
faithful. Because one
I
of the
mean,
reasons
she
one
was
of the
a step
reasons
away
Martin
from that
never
hot
got
tub.
to dip his stick in the wondrousness that is Tracy Lords was because her boyfriend was hanging around all of the time. Like quite the bad smell. Like any chance that man had an opportunity to talk to that woman on her own, it was not happening.
Except of course for that time that the fiance decided he was going to fuck off with another chick, which is what then inspired your one to kind of go, you know what? All those times you've been coming on to me, I'm going to let it work this time.
But it didn't.
No, because she ended up having a dose of the conscience halfway through.
Tracy Lord, she's a goddamn saint.
Yes. So young Martin, now known as Angel Martin, as his stage name.
Because the minute you wear eyeliner and get big hair, that's exactly what you have to name yourself, isn't it, Chris?
Yep.
You know what I'm on about. Mind freak.
He finds out
I'm fucking hitting
his
them all
tummy-
today, man. I don't care.
He finds out his tummy can't do food very well.
No, tummy
He
don't
just- it
do
doesn't
food no
work.
good.
Nope,
He's
he needs-
anorexic, kind of.
No,
he
well,
needs souls to survive.
strangely enough, unlike anorexia, it's the eating that would actually kill him.
Yes.
He can't digest food.
So-
He needs nami soul time.
Yeah. Because not
Yeah,
unlike
so-
when we were talking before the movie, when Giz was giving out about how Black Noir has an allergy to nuts and it just
Peanuts, yeah.
dissipates the character completely in The Boys. In this, the evil demon people just have this one little weakness, just one little weakness, which
Not
is
all of them. Not all of them. Only the ones that actually had their souls taken.
Yeah.
The other ones could eat.
who's the other ones?
What other one?
The disfigured chick.
No, none of them can eat.
eat.
Although
He's
there
fat,
was
but she's
one
fat
chick
as
that
fuck
he
out.
tried to kill with food and it
Because there was
didn't
the
work.
3 chicks. One of them ate souls. The other 2 didn't eat souls.
They all ate souls.
Yeah, they
Mm-mm.
Do you remember the scene where they tried to kill the cop and the redhead fell on the body and she went to like having breakfast
That
in
was
bed
the
and the other two were
one. That was
the other two were complaining because they needed a soul to eat a soul as well?
Maybe she was the only one to eat a soul.
She's the only one we saw
That
doing it.
could have been it, but
Yeah, because
they never mentioned because I'm
the
pretty
ginger
sure the
chick
other two ate.
got killed by toothpaste or food paste.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing, because one of them
Yeah,
did. That was the one that fell on the one that you were talking about.
the ginger chick.
But at the end...
Or no, not the ginger chick. The other one got... Yeah, because the ginger chick gets murdered by Martin.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
One of
The
them
brunette-
gets killed by the food.
The brunette who goes
Right.
after Tracy Lords gets killed by Martin.
Sorry, it's
The redhead gets killed by the food.
Sorry, yeah.
The redhead
And
gets
then
killed by
we
the
think
food.
that the
and then
last one that was...
Yeah, because
The
the
And
last
then
remaining
he
one...
also...
But the last chick... Buzz is right. The last chick
Yes.
got
She
food
got taken
paste
out by
shoved in her
fingers.
mouth, but didn't kill
Do you
her.
remember-
She died by...
Do you remember when Bill repeatedly said she spat it out because you and I went, shouldn't she be dead?
But with that...
Because he goes to put it in, they have to swallow the food. That first chick he held her and
Then why
just
did the first
squeezed
chick
it in.
swallow it?
Maybe because she's used to it.
I don't know.
I knew
Force.
that's where that was going.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact that there were such groupies, I'd normally give out about this, but it kind of fits the MO. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Well, then, if that's the case, Buzz is completely right. They're all fucking soulless demons. It's just one of them managed to spit out the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not if I'm wrong.
Okay. Well,
Bill
then
was-
I think
that's
you
what
may
Bill-
be wrong. I think they all have no souls.
Because you and I both said, how is she alive?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bill
Now
was
that
the
I
one that
remember,
pointed
bear
out
in mind,
she
I was
spat
like
out the food.
36 hours of no sleep while we were watching this movie, so
And giraffe level.
I was high as
No,
giraffe
because
was.
that's
Yeah.
when she said that you're just like me. At one point, when she was talking to Martin, the one that actually had to eat the soul, she's like, "Oh, you're just like her."
Yeah.
Because
said-
she doesn't have a soul.
But
The
Martin
other ones
also had to
didn't.
eat souls.
Because
That's what I'm
she said
saying.
we
The
all
other
have a
two
diff-
didn't.
I
We all
think
have a
they.
different price. You and me, we have to do this.
Which means they have to eat souls. They can't actually eat food. The other two didn't have that.
This
If
is
you
why
guys
I-
actually watch the movie and not watch it the way you did, that's why I
Because
was kind of like,
I was going to say this is generally why I do what you're fucking saying, but anyway.
because sometimes if you watch it for the first time in that form, you might miss stuff because you're more goofing around, and laughing, watching it as opposed to.
Okay,
paying
guys, no
attention
more
like
group
I
watches
did.
on Wednesdays. Buzz thinks it's a bad idea.
No, I just say watch the movie like before or after, so that way you have the full grasps of it. Because sometimes your attention gets diverted because you're trying to hang with your pals. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying I watched it and it sucked.
I actually quite enjoyed it. But
Oh,
then
you
again,
quite enjoyed
for
it. Of
specific
Of course
reasons.
you did. Of course.
What? I found the
It's a
girls
guilty
very...
pleasure of mine.
Were the reasons the fact that it had an entire franchise's worth of tits in one movie?
No, I actually genuinely did think that the most sympathetic...
Like at one
characters
stage,
were
the
the three
girls took
chicks.
their tops on and off so much between scenes. Is like, would it not just be easier just to have them topless for the fucking movie? To be honest,
I can't say I would disagree with that statement, but anyway.
I'm not. I'm pervy and I want to see them with no tops on. But it was like they were easily on for as much time as their boobs were locked up as much as they were out in the open.
Yeah, it was equal time.
Yeah, you know. So I'm like, would you not just fucking pick a lane?
Rock and
Do you
roll,
know-
man.
Although, in saying that, if you pick a lane, there's a good chance I might complain about it, which is going to be in the next movie because there's some questionable sex scenes in the fucking next movie.
I told you, it's just one long music video.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah. Anyway, we get to the end of the review. Buzz is clocked off.
Mhm. Well, I'm wrong, so I'm not doing the rest of it.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay.
So
There's three other people. You guys, the three right people can do it.
So, anyway, Martin and the ginger chick decide that they need to feed on someone because he's brought a little groupie lady over to his house, and the ginger chick feeds on her. But unfortunately, Tracy Lords' fiance is looking through the window, and he's like, "Ah! Number one, I fucking hate you because you're trying to fuck my girlfriend, literally right in front of my face. Number two, you're committing murder." and I'm fucking getting you done. So he rings the cops. He brings the cops up, at which point Martin pulls a Martin on it and is really smooth and really good at talking to me. He's like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about, man. I mean, I'm just here chilling out, getting ready for a fucking gig with my hair and all of that. Although I should probably note that the guy, just to let you know, I assume he didn't mention it to you, came up fucking freaking out at me literally about an hour before he called you, saying that I'm trying to fuck his girlfriend or something, which I don't have a fucking clue what he's on about. And the cops are like, nah, fuck you, get out of here. And they bring him out. Right. And we find a body. Where's the body? It's in the dishwasher. Where else would it be? Literally the one press in the fucking room that the guy didn't check before the cops fucking hauled him out of there for being a loop ball. But anyway, yeah.
To be fair, they played it well. They walked him right into that little, the cops are here, we're going to make you look like a fucking lunatic.
Martin decides, because at this stage he's decided, as Buzz mentioned earlier, that he's going to transform Tracy into one of his little fucking harlots or whatever you fucking rock and roll lady lovers, whatever you want to call them. He was going to transform her into one of them, and there's a whole ritual involving the knife, not terribly unlike what got done to him. So him and the two girls go off to make this happen and accost Tracy, which isn't the character's name, by the way. Tracy Lords is the actress' name, but she's been called Tracy Lords the whole review now, so I'm just going to run with it. And also, I can't remember what her character's name is, so that being the other reason.
It's not important.
It really isn't. Anyway.
Names aren't important.
No, not remotely. So they go to do the ritual. He goes and talks to the fiance goes and talks to the voodoo lady, who politely explains, I can give you whatever you want. And he's like, I don't want fucking nothing. Just tell me how the fuck you killed the guy. And he's like, they can't fucking eat human food. And he's like, okie dokie, I'll run with that. That's weird, but okay. Right. Cool. So he goes and finds some of the finest tubes of food paste he's ever done seen. Is that a legit thing? I know it is for spaceships.
I was going to say, I know. Like
probably some military kind of thing. Because is that a military surplus store thing?
To be fair, it's good logic, because your one even says to him, look, you're never going to get them. You're never going to be able to make them eat anything. So,
well, I'm not faulting the logic of it, because, I mean, if you can't make them chew food paste, it's already pre-chewed, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're right.
That's a bad way to go. Can I just point that out?
Like toothpaste lasagna.
Just getting a horrible,
sounds fucking weird,
pureed lasagna shoved down your throat and then dying. But anyway, Ginger chick gets it first. The other chick spits it out or isn't affected and doesn't have the same demon soul thing as the
that's
other
okay.
people.
She's going to get hers.
Either way, she's going to get hers, because she... what happens to her again? She gets stabbed up.
Which one?
The one who spit out the paste.
Axe in the chest.
Axe,
she goes She goes for the fiance with an axe, and something happens. She ends up getting it in her chest.
Yeah, fiance gets it in her chest, if memory serves. He gets the axe and it costs. And then we get to the Martin fight, and it's not as great as you'd be hoping.
No. But the band.
It turns out one of the dreams that Martin wished for was not fighting capabilities at all.
I do like his little swimming pool rinky-dink setup that he had on the stage to try to get the job done there with Miss Tracy Lords.
Sorry, something popped back into my head when he's trying to convert or transform Tracy into one of these ladies. He just brings her out on stage where they're supposed to be doing a concert later that night or something like that, right? This other band, I fucking love this, by the way. This other band, dude, just happened to kind of hear the commotion going on inside. And was like,
it's
it must
his
be
band.
That's not his band.
It is. They think it's somebody. They think it's like the warm up act, and then they go out. They see it's him. It's kind of like, this is what he does to warm up. Or I don't even think they realize it's him.
I don't think that's his band.
There was way more people.
There was way more people.
No, that was a different.
It was a different band. They were the warm up. They were the band before them. You
That's
see,
all, 'cause
kids,
they were
maybe if
also
you pay
minus
more
a member
attention when
'cause
we're
the
watching
two-
these movies instead of just chatting.
Maybe I should just do what I always fucking do and watch all this shit on my own because
Okay.
you know the way you used to invite me down. I'm like, no man, you and I we start talking about stuff and I miss things in the film.
Yes, but then we have good points about the film to make, opposed to just being able to regurgitate the movie scene for scene.
Except that apparently we're wrong because we miss important bits about the film as
It's
Buzz
okay
pointed
to
out.
be wrong
Well,
occasionally.
I don't know if I'm wrong.
not
I mean, I
wrong the
might be
fucking
wrong.
time. I'm
Bill
getting
thinks I'm
kinda
wrong
sick
all
of
the
it.
time. So
Anyway,
Kiddie pools.
the warm-up band or whatever band are going to be playing before
band.
Martin's band come in, and though the guy who's blatantly number one not singing and or playing guitar, but mostly just trying to from a far view, I'm just going to boil it down to the simplest principles, which is stab a bitch live on stage. And the guy's like, Jesus Christ, man, this guy he gets into the show, bro, if he's fucking gonna do
could
this.
be going for the Alice Cooper. He used to do his stage show.
He's like the new
kind of.
Ozzy. Remember when Ozzy used to put on a show, man? Oh, this guy puts on a show. Yeah, it's just
They even said that in the movie. He's like that. Hasn't been since a guy who bit a head off a bat. Who was that guy again?
I know it was because I was
Because
paying
I'm pretty
attention
sure
and I
they
made
couldn't
a
say his
quote
name.
from the movie. Well, not a quote, but I made a reference to it.
That
Yeah.
was funny. We're like, what?
But
was his
anyway,
name? I'm like, could they not say
that
the
band
name,
kind
or-
of toddle off, and her fiance shows up, and then he essentially just beats 3 shades of shit out of fucking Martin. Because as I said, one of the special powers that Martin didn't ask for was the ability to self-defense.
Maybe if he'd had a guitar in his hands,
rock stars don't
deadly,
fight.
Yeah,
But
he can rip a guitar apart, man, but he cannot swing a punch for the life of him. He's all eyeliner and hair.
Pure 80s.
80s. And that's pretty much the end of it. Himself and Tracy Lords, essentially, for lack of a better description, right off into the sunset. And Martin is no more.
Oh, man,
Martin
that
is
would've
no
been
more.
awesome.
He's just a massive hairpiece.
They actually rid off into a
He's
sunset.
just a
That
massive
would've been
hairpiece and
amazing.
a weird aura of bad attitude just left in the theater.
oh yeah.
Oh, wait. The ending was weird. The guitar player that got kicked out and the
Yeah.
voodoo
The
lady
ginger guy who
singing
looks
busted
like
out.
Marco Stunt.
Oh my God. he
That's
is.
literally from the first
Oh,
moment he
Marco
appeared on
Stunt was
camera. That was his name for the rest of the movie.
I just...
Shut up, Marco! Have you seen The Big Lebowski?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I was essentially using Marco Stunt, but the guy in the movie as Donnie from The Big Lebowski. I just repeatedly screamed you're out of your element,
yeah.
Marco. Yeah, that's the
But it goes to show that
that's
she's
the
never out of
ending
a job
for
as long
Shock
as
'em Dead
people
because
want-
Buzz got butt hurt.
People want to be musicians.
You what?
I said it just goes to show that the voodoo lady will never be out of a job as long as people want to be musicians.
No, it would appear that 90% of hair metal was created by Satan.
Yep.
And or some satanic
makes sense,
affiliate
yeah.
or demon non-affiliated agency.
It's probably how Motley Crue got together because they had songs Shout at the Devil. So I'm sure that it had something to do with that.
Holy shit.
Bum, bum,
It's a
bum.
great tune.
I bet you guys already covered that one.
Which?
American Satan. Malcolm McDowell. And I can't think of who else was in that was popular. Basically, band makes a deal to become famous and does.
Yeah, and they're kind of vampire-y.
No. They just sold their souls. Oh, it had oh boy from Sons of Anarchy. Bobby. He was like a record producer or some shit.
Is it a good movie?
I dug it, yeah. It did one movie and then it also spawned a 2-season so far TV show.
Okay, maybe that's an episode for another time. Don't think we did American Satan as a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
basic
TV show?
premises. I'll have to look it up. I want to say like Lost Paradise or something.
Right, okay. Yeah, that could be a different episode. We can talk about just that sometime. If it's that good, I'll watch anything with Malcolm McDowell in it, to be honest.
Kind of a newer film came out in 2017.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that some night. Very good.
Came out on my birthday,
Nice.
October 13th.
Yeah, we'll do that some night. I don't think we've covered that.
Oh, an old boy from Game of Thrones. John Bradley.
I love cheese.
Denise Richards Drake Bell. Oh my God, this cast is amazing. Bill Goldberg. Oh, I'm sold. I am sold. I'm sold. Bill Goldberg. He better be spearing people.
He's frozen. He's just been staring one direction and said nothing for.
He's moving.
I've been listening.
Yeah. Okay.
He heard Bill Goldberg and was frozen.
Right. Well, that's the end of Shock 'em Dead. So I'm going to line up a trailer here real quick.
Can I say one of the most ridiculous guitar playing scenes ever, where he had the two double guitar and was doing all this crazy and wasn't even playing.
Have you
correctly,
seen
and I was like, oh,
Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny? Okay.
Yes.
Are you? Is it just his double guitar playing scene that you're faulting?
Yeah, it's just because
I will agree. You could blatantly tell that man was not playing a single note in that guitar. Kyle was at least playing the guitars.
Yeah.
In defense of the guys that they had playing the stand-in parts, that's what he got famous for, was playing the double neck.
That wasn't even a double neck guitar. That was a weird, like, I don't know what the hell that thing was. That's not a natural guitar.
No.
And like he was playing both of them at the same time. I'm like, you have to.
He got famous for being able to play. I think they call it like tap or something.
Man, I don't know. Like, I kind of figured this movie knew what it was trying to be.
Oh, it definitely knew. I think it's safe to say it definitely knew.
It just still was just. And I was like, oh my God, it was awful. And then I watched the next movie and I rescind my statement.
Think if you think one movie is awful, that the other movie being more awful makes the other one not awful.
That's true.
I'll tell you what.
But
why don't you guys who didn't watch the movie with us watch the trailer and you can make your own assessments. And I'll get a poll up while the trailer's playing. How does that sound? Ooh, voting with the audience.
Probably saw the trailer on Tuesday.
Shock 'em Dead, starring Tracy Lords. Shock 'em Dead. Tracy Lords. Shock 'em Dead. For the girl of his dreams, he'd make a deal with the devil. Shock 'em Dead.
No. There we go. A YouTube no. That's the good point to come back in on that conversation. Anyway, that is the trailer for Shock 'em Dead. Short and sweet. Not unlike the movie.
I enjoyed
not
it.
short, but sweet. I enjoyed it. I mean, look.
Oh, yeah.
It's, as we all said, it's good, bad. Or, yeah, good, bad. It's good, bad.
Good, bad.
Good, bad. That's the thing, right? Tell me it's a thing.
I think it's a thing.
It's good, bad. Yeah.
Well, it's you. It's the thing that you insist on calling things like Sharknado. So,
good, bad.
Are you not saying that there's a comparable level between these two movies? Because I think you'll just be lying live on camera if that's the truth.
You know, strangely enough, as ridiculous as Shock 'em Dead was, I would have to suspend my disbelief a lot less to watch that than I would if
there's
I had to watch
scientific
Sharknado.
proof that a Sharknado can happen.
And kind of sort of has.
I'm sorry, do I have to do this again? Didn't I physically pull this up on camera before?
Just because
I'm
there's
so-
scientific
Sharks?
evidence of it doesn't make it any less. What the fuck?
It still
People have been
makes it,
talking
what the
about
fuck
demonic possessions
happening?
and shit. People have been talking about demonic possessions for thousands of years.
Yes, but sharks were actually sucked up in.
That has no. He's doing that thing he does when he knows he's wrong, where he tries to divert the topic to a different thing, so we just forget. It doesn't matter about demonic possession been real for 100 years. There's literally scientific proof that in the right series of circumstances, a straight up Sharknado could happen.
And then follow you around because it's got a vendetta.
No, that's
against you.
Sharknado 2. That's a different thing.
Right.
That's Jaws the
We're
Revenge.
going with just OG Sharknado when it was just the simpler times. A tornado happened in the sea. It grabbed some sharks. Let the mayhem begin.
Launched them into the middle of the fucking town. People had
Launched them in the
sharks
middle of a town,
land.
as has actually happened, not specifically
Yep.
just with sharks, but several other fucking fish species.
So good,
I mean,
bad,
hell, it's
or
rain-
bad, good.
It's rained
It's
crabs
good
in
bad.
certain places.
It's good bad. I probably shouldn't like it as much as I did, but I really
know,
enjoyed
right?
it. Good hair, good boobs. Okay, story. Entertaining tunes if you can ignore the lyrics.
Right.
The music was good. It was just dog shit lyrics.
Saying it's an 80s film.
I mean, even in the defense of the singer, the lyrics were sang well. It was just bad lyrics.
And he met
That
his
cover of Purple
demise,
Haze was
which
pretty
is
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did do that a couple
Yeah.
times.
Which felt a bit contradictory to the vibe they seemed to be putting across, seeing as he was very like, don't fuck before marriage.
Yeah.
Although I feel he was just
I
kind of
think
coming
that
out
was his-
via lyrics indirectly.
And I think that was
Yes.
one of these original songs as opposed to covering someone else's music. That because there's
Right.
a
Yeah,
girls
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get that.
Because essentially the storyline of the song was, I don't like women. I much prefer
Right.
men. But you shouldn't hook up with your lady until you're married.
Which is weird
Was
considering,
essentially
you know,
the storyline of the song. So I feel it was
sung from the girl's point of view, of course.
sung from the girl's point of view because it's
Right.
it's modern for a guy to do that.
right.
In spandex while
I don't
prancing about.
believe in this good bad
And
movie
shooting up
philosophy.
before the-
I think that good bad exists. Like here's a good bad incidence, not unlike this one. Could I recommend this to anybody that I went to movie school with on its cinematic merits, or how well it was shot, or any of the actual said movie production? Not really. Could I recommend it to anybody on a jaw-droppingly good, seriously gripping plot with some substance that you can dig your teeth into? Not really. No.
No.
Can I recommend it to people who are big fans of hair metal and just looking for an excuse to have some hair metal on TV? Not really either, because the lyrics in the movie are bad. But for some reason, this terrible combination of things led to an oddly entertaining, albeit terribly produced cinematic experience, which is why I
Which is
believe
on
good
YouTube.
bad
I
exists.
think
Which is on YouTube of all things.
I thank you.
it's
Yeah,
one
do
of
you know
those
why it's on
things where
YouTube? Because it's
I
a
don't wanna
bad
say
movie, but it's a good bad movie. That's why.
Yeah.
We play 40 seconds of a trailer
it's
and
one
we
of
get
those
in trouble,
movies
but you can
that-
put the whole fucking movie up on YouTube. Not a fucking winky dink. Not an
Yeah.
issue.
I think it's one of those things
I'm probably
where
going to clip
I
that,
think
by the
it's
way, as well. That
I
might be
wanna
a
say it's-
preaching moment there.
only enjoyable, but probably the most enjoyable the way you guys watched it with other people.
I thought you wouldn't do that because
Watching it
maybe
by
we should watch
yourself,
the movie
not
on its
bad.
own.
I don't know, dude. Like, I enjoyed it on my own.
No. My point was I was going to watch it first anyway because I did want to kind of see without the distractions, so that if I did need to review the movie, like, because I think we review movies, I don't know, I would know what I was talking about. But obviously I don't, so I watched the movie and I still didn't know what I was talking about, so it doesn't matter.
I think
watch it
that
whatever way
is
you want
actually
to.
something that comes from not watching the movie with other people, because when you're just watching it there, you can pick up on something arseways, or you can miss one little thing and then pick up on something later on and formulate your own theories that might still be kind of factually solidified as the story goes on, but may not actually be the case. Whereas when you have a group of people there, there's always somebody watching something that could be like, nah, I think the fucking, didn't the doodad fucking hit your one in the back of the whatchamacallit, and then the whole, end of the world, whoops, apocalypse happened. That's not the plot of the movie. I was just
Exactly
generalizing
what
for
happened.
point of description.
It pretty much sounds like.
I haven't seen Black Roses. Oh, is that why you mentioned it earlier? I thought you were saying the name of the movie was Black Roses. Whoops. No, I don't think
I've heard
so.
of it, but I haven't seen it.
Is that another movie that matches this category? Because from the sounds of it, this might be something we might have an option to come back to without retreading old ground.
I'm gonna check.
I remember the cover art for it.
Give us a description there, bud.
Oh, the Black Roses. Oh, no, it's Black Rose, not Black Roses. Okay, that might be it. It says a small town teacher saves teenage souls from a heavy metal rocker and his band from hell.
Oh,
Came out in 1988.
This sounds kind of
Stars.
familiar, but I may be merging it into an episode of Supernatural
As most
because
do.
there's an episode uncannily like that, which I won't get into anymore in case
don't
Katie is
know
watching, because I
any of
don't
the people
believe.
in the movie, so I can't help you with
Okay.
stars.
Well, that's fine. Anyway, let's do
There's a bunch of
some
people in it.
ratings before we move on for Shock 'em Dead.
2.
What'd you say, 2? 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
I gotta go with 3. Like, it's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Okay. I need to work out a better rating system. It's actually starting to infuriate me when I see some movies get a 3 and other movies not. Or sorry, when I see some of the movies that get a 3 in comparison to some of the other movies that get a 3, it makes me go that I'm like, we need a wider coverage rating system, I think.
Hey, to
Just
be
so
fair,
Connor can
I'm
give
not
it a
going to have the
7.5
rant I had
out of
last
10.
week, but it just insert
Dude.
rant from last week here.
to be fair, Bill and Tristan are both giving it a 3.5.
Are you fucking crazy?
Of course they are. We've already determined that the people are just as crazy as Carter and Giz.
Ghostbusters got a fucking 4.
Yeah?
That's a half of Mark Lord and Ghostbusters. This is shit compared to fucking Ghostbusters. This is shit in general, but it's good shit.
Right, it's good shit.
It's good. Ah, fuck. Okay, I'm making a new. Expect new rating systems by this Thursday. Today is the straw that broke the camel's back. And just to clarify, I liked this movie. I genuinely enjoyed this movie wholeheartedly, but I was like 2, and I'm being fair.
I'm going to give a Ghostbusters a 5 from now on because the way these other movies are getting freaking rated, there's no way in hell
Ghostbusters was a
would
fucking
score.
5 anyway. Number 1, just to harp back onto something. That's
It's a 5. I'm 5.
okay. Right. Okay. I'm giving it a 2.
As
Because
am I, so.
as of all the issues I had with the cinematic merits of it, they all earned or lost it, whatever you want to do, 1 point. Or sorry, they all earned or whatever it is, 1 point. And then anytime I have a good bad movie, because it's a good bad movie, I give it a good bad point. That's the way I do this. So it's a 2. Maybe a 2.5. But I'm going for just mathematical purposes, I'm going 2.
There are
You got 3 or 3 2s and a
there
3.
are only a few people that I think I could recommend this movie to, and to be fair,
I won't lie to you. I think
all
if you
here.
threw
No.
this on at a house party, people would have a laugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, it's a good party movie. Do you know what I mean? As was proven on Wednesday. Because I won't lie to you, I think I may have hated it more if I was watching it on my own.
Hence
Because
why you see why I hate
there were
it.
some
See, and I found
loopy-doop
it funny
plot
as
holes
shit.
that if I'm left to my own devices on my own, I will do my head in unraveling that plot hole, and then next thing I know, I hate the movie. Nine divided by 4. equals 2.25 for
Shock 'em dead.
Shock 'em Dead. So it's an average of 2.25 as a rating from the Gorecast, but between Gorecast and the viewers, Shock 'em Dead, yes or no, 75% for yes. So well done, Shock 'em Dead. We're watching your goddamn movie. We already did, but I mean, like, as in...
Should I look up IMDb reviews for Rock and Roll Nightmare like we did
Yes,
last
please.
week for
Yes,
Vampire
please.
3000?
Send me a couple of those, please. That sounds like a fuckload of fun. You know, that might be a new section we add in as well when we do what myself and the lads like to call the shit sandwich episodes, where we've got two good movies and a shit one, and we just put the shit one in the middle. Because as long as you got some nice tasting bread, you don't notice the shit sandwich.
Right.
And also reminds me of Trailer Park Boys. It's a goddamn shit sandwich.
Ah,
You watch Trailer Park Boys?
show.
No.
You have such a weird... I can't pin you down. When there's something I would assume you definitely didn't watch.
I am
love
a
fucking
mystery.
Trailer Park Boys so much. It's great.
It's a
It's a
fucking
great
good
ass
ass show.
Goddamn, Mr. Leahy.
He is
Yeah.
the liquor.
No, but I mean, it's with him dying. Sure.
Oh yeah. That's very sad. Let's find
IMDb
some
gives Shock 'em Dead a
reviews.
4.9 out of 10. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
Well,
That's,
IMDb is a
depressing.
crazy place.
IMDb gives Rock and Roll Nightmare a 3.9 out of 10.
Sorry, a 4. What did it give Ghostbusters? Because I'll actually email IMDb.
Hold on, I'll check.
I have to update our episodes list on the Gorecast IMDb page anyway, so I will literally be like, are you fucking crazy? You need to start getting some people who know how to rate shit. Is it they don't know maths? Is that what it is? Is that not the...
It got a 7.8 out of
That's
10.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, this is why I'm saying maybe we should do it out of like 100%. Or like an A, B, C, and D kind of rating. Because A, B, C, D, and F ratings are fair,
don't think
are a
it's gonna
little bit of
matter.
a
They're
wider
still gonna give it
generalization.
high ratings.
Do you know what I mean? I just can't keep having this mental breakdown every week, lads.
But that's what I'm saying, though. If you do that, they're going to go 7.9 out of 10 instead of a 3 out of 5. It's still going to be the
Carter,
same.
can I
It's
ask you a
just
question?
higher.
If this was out of 10, would you have given it a fucking 6 out of 10, or would you have been like, maybe like a solid 4? Is he frozen, or is
No, I'd probably go 4.
Yeah, you see, you
4 out
see,
of 10.
there's a certain amount of sentimentality that comes in with the restrictions of a 1 out of 5 list, because you're like, I did enjoy the movie and I don't want to just give it a 1 because that feels fairly shitty considering how much of a laugh I had watching it. So I'm going to
Right.
give it like a 2, and then, or 3 in his case, because he would have just given it the 2. But when you're at a 4, you're like, 40% is not bad. It's still a fail.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
No, and I mean, like, that's true. It just,
Yes.
because, like I said, dude, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I dig it. It's such a shit show that I love it. Like, the horrible acting. I just,
The score
I've
should be out of
watched it so many
69 out of 69. Well, I suppose I just use a calculator now for doing the averages just to speed things up. So yeah, I suppose we could just do it out of 69. Seems needlessly tricky for what is just essentially a fucking sex joke.
but no, like, you're right. Like, because I do want to score it good to where I would score it, but say out of 10, no, it wouldn't go that high.
Would out of 4 not work? Seeing as I don't think so, because we're having issues out of 5. 420 out of 420. It'll okay. From next week, it's either going to be a 1 out of 10 system, or it's going to be I'll work out a percentages system, and people can know what if it falls between X percentage and that percentage, it's a B. If it falls between X and X, it's a thing. But you can still be like, I'd give it like a good solid 84%. That's a solid B.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Where people don't have to feel so assholey if they think a movie's fun but bad. Fun bad, that's it. Not good bad. Fun bad. That's the word for the movie.
There we
Fun
go.
bad. That's it. Anyway, speaking of something that's definitely, I still kind of had fun with this movie as well, but it was in a completely different manner.
Okay. I don't know why I just shut up or something. Before we get started into this, I would like to have the floor real quick.
Okay.
Quick, please. I got a couple
Gotta
things
get
I
it
want
off
to
your
say.
chest.
Number one, there is a motion picture called Mother Krampus 2.
Oh God.
If I knew then what I know now, I would have not been so hard on your movie. So I apologize.
Wait.
Number two,
you think
of
this is better than Mother Krampus? Or it's worse?
Yes.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes. Number two, the director of Rock and Roll Nightmare. How dare you? How dare you, sir, make this movie? This was an assault on the senses of my eyeballs. This is the worst movie I have ever fucking watched in my goddamn life.
Really? You honestly think this is better than or worse than Mother Krampus 2?
Here's your new home for the next 5 weeks.
Wow, that was
Back to nature,
that was so bad.
At least it had a fucking plot.
I'd sit down and watch this any day of the week. Like, at least some shit happened in this. Like, nothing happened in
What?
Mother Krampus 2.
Nothing happened here. They fucking shot people bumbling about through a fucking house, and random shit just kept fucking happening. Some stupid ass fucking rubber monsters just kept showing. Oh my god, this is so stupid.
There is awesome, and I mean awesome hair metal music playing the entire way. The entire way through the movie, right? There's the cool effect when the little doodad crawled out of the other guy's whatchamacallit. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
no.
And done really well. There's the fucking ending where it's just like, hey, if I thought nothing was going on for the rest of the movie, it's because they put it all in the last 4.5 minutes.
Like, the whole rest of the, I don't know how long the fucking ending was, 15 minutes maybe, however long it was. The rest of the movie there were two separate movies because we're just like, oh, it's okay, I get it. There's some little demon things going on, whatever. But then
they're cock goblins.
Dude becomes a fucking that thing. Then dude becomes some fucking archangel and starts fighting the devil. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you know what shocked me about that whole thing was he didn't turn into an archangel. He was an archangel the whole fucking time. He just was in a hair metal band.
And he's like, oh, everything else that you've seen, all these people, they weren't real. And I was like, what the fuck? Why did I watch that other 45 minutes of the goddamn movie then?
Yeah, but after all of the things you've just said to me, you're still going to sit there and go, Mother Krampus 2 is the better cinematic masterpiece.
Oh.
I'm going to write a handwritten apology to the director of Mother Krampus 2 and send my therapy bills to the director of this movie.
I tell you what, you do that and you give me that letter and I won't mail it for you because I think you're talking crazy. Mother Krampus 2 is a different level. Like I'm sorry because I know
I'm not saying it's good.
I know I have said a million times that I don't like shitting on movies because it takes a lot of time and effort to make a bad movie, let alone a really good one, right? But Mother Krampus 2 didn't take a lot of time shooting stuff. It was literally like just whack a bitch in a cape and keep on going. That's it. Like that's
what this movie did.
No.
Oh, you guys are absolutely insane. I'm
okay.
I just like his battle armor.
His battle armor. Oh, I found that mysterious.
Dude starts jumping out in fucking studded bikini bottoms. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
With like a cape.
and starts fucking, like Johnny said, hand holding a fucking rubber fucking.
There is a lot of very aggressive hand holding between him and a rubber puppet at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll do a quick plot for this because it's a quick plot to get into. So there's I need to pull up my article really quickly because the name of the band has completely just upped and fucked off out of my head. So there is a band in are they in England?
No,
No,
I don't think so. There's
Okay.
only one guy had an accent. That was fake
which was
accent.
either
Triton
Australian,
is the name of the
Canadian,
band.
or English, depending on the.
Hang on. Triton is the name of the band, and they're going recording in a shithouse in Canada.
Triton, that's it. Yeah. So Triton are an up and coming, somewhat successful already hair metal band that are looking for an isolated place with a bit of a rustic feel to give them some inspiration to try and shoot their new EP. They go to shoot the new EP, upon which not a lot else happens for a while, bar fucking everyone in the band fuck someone.
But we did see some horde shit go down in the house before the
Yeah,
band got
you
there.
see some weird shit going down in the house, but nothing drastic. The drummer goes off to canoodle with a lady out by a beach at some stage, and then a big old monster arm pops straight out of his stomach, and then the shit begins, basically, where weird little dick monsters show up. At some stage, it's all Satan up to his tricks. There's no anybody making deals with Satan or anything like that. It's just Satan
Awful
showed up.
People.
Yeah, he just likes fucking with people, and he showed
Right.
up.
This is my
Then it turns
property.
out that
Oh,
the
you're here,
lead
you're
guy.
gonna die.
Then it turns out that the lead guy from the hair metal band,
John Triton.
John Triton. Thank you. I couldn't remember his first name, but the lead guy from the hair metal band, turns out that he's an archangel.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Not
this
just
is
like
where
a
the majority of the
supernatural
storyline
fighter.
starts to kick in with the movie. Turns out he's an archangel. Not as in like I'm possessed by an archangel to try and resolve the Satan issue that we're dealing with. I mean, nope, straight up, he's an
Right.
archangel the whole time. And
Right.
he's been in a hair metal band mostly because he felt like it, and also as a very elaborate trap to lure Satan there, because for some reason he knew that if I had 5 horny people in a hair metal band that I decided to record an album EP with in Canada, that would be the magnetic monster fuel that would draw the Underlord up to try and fuck with them. And, you know, I, as sarcastic and mockingly as I say it now, I really shouldn't, because he was right. It worked. Satan came straight up, got his little cock goblins. I'm saying cock goblins. They were never called cock goblins in the movie, but I can't think of what the fuck else you'd call them. I mean, description-wise.
Right.
I mean, I think it's pretty... They're penises
little
with
eye-
teeth mouths.
Right,
Did you ever
the
see
little
that movie
eyeball
Teeth?
thing.
Do you know the one with the lady in the
No.
vajayjay that murders people's cacas?
Yep.
Yeah, well, they're essentially those, except the cacas are the ones with the teeth. Yeah, so Triton has a transformation where he rips no jumper off of himself. I know it was designed to look like he ripped a jumper off of himself, but he didn't actually. There was no jumper on him in the first place. So, did that just suddenly dawn on you that you were like, oh my God, there was no shirt there?
No, this fucking thing is a sequel.
Oh God.
Bullshit.
Okay, well, put it on the list for next week because I kind of want to see where this goes now. I would assume it'll probably be better because at least the storyline has started by the end of the movie. Anyway,
Fucking
so
sequel?
Triton goes to battle with Satan while wearing a very spiky metal pair of underpants, which I can see the armament and defensive properties of it as an armor type. Don't know why he used it exclusively as underpants and wore nothing else. Made not a lot of sense to me, but fuck it. Not a lot of this movie made sense to me anyway. So he gets into, as I described earlier, what can only be best worded as a very aggressive hand-holding session with a large plastic puppet that's supposed to be Satan, who possibly hasn't eaten a while, didn't look super buff or anything like that. So there's a lot of aggressive hand-holding. They turn in circles a lot. They yell at each other a lot, but there's a very, very loud hair metal track playing as they yell at each other, so you can't really get that they're yelling. It's just them essentially really pulling stupid faces at each other until eventually Triton realizes that the best way to kill Satan is choke him out. So he essentially chokes him. I'm not talking headlock or some sort of reverse chin lock or a dragon sleeper. I'm talking like 50 Shades of Grey, chokes the guy until Satan, I'm assuming, gets bored and his throat kind of hurts. And then he just leaves.
He's like, fuck it, I'm done.
He just leaves. And then he goes and says that he got vengeance for the people, which, by the way, I'd like to point out, he said didn't exist to Satan, but he goes to the graves for the people that didn't exist anyway and says, I got payback for you. And then the credits roll and some more hair metal plays.
And then they just show...
I think the graves that he went to may have been the people from the house in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, the first family.
Yeah.
Okay, that was explained really badly.
Yeah, it was. But that's the only
because
thing
you could see how you'd think it was the band that he was with, because he at no point had any interaction with the fucking family.
But he said, "Hey, they're fake." The only thing I could think of was, well, there was that death at the beginning. I revenged you. So, like, that's the only thing I could.
I think you might be giving this too much credit. I think it might be he literally forgot that he said earlier in the script that the people didn't exist.
And then they go to like a random suburb like town, and then the movie ends.
That was weird as shit.
Yeah, I honestly think that it was literally he forgot that he said to Satan that it was all a trap and they didn't exist.
Maybe that was to set up the sequel.
Maybe.
How did I fuck Satan around again? I was in a hair metal band. It was all a trap. Am I missing a bit? No, I was in a hair metal band. It was all a trap. Okay, so I better say goodbye to my dead bandmates that never existed in the first place.
Oh my god! I sent you 4 things just to let you know.
Yeah,
actually, I sent you a lot of things.
Cool.
The sequel apparently did not get the love like this one did. It just.
This got the love, you say?
Apparently his fan base, John.
Yeah, because he's in a hair metal band himself.
There we go. Thank you.
When he's not lifting the heavy thing and putting the heavy thing back down,
that's what's hilarious. In the film, he's John Triton, lead singer for the band Triton. In real life, he's John Michael Thor, lead singer for the band Thor.
But apparently the second one was even a little bit too much for the fan base. This one, at least, like the fan base, I guess, liked it. But the second one, even the fan base was a little bit like, really?
It was probably those same 4 girls that were brought in as the groupies and then never to be seen again.
That's because they were killed.
Alrighty.
Maybe.
Thor actually had some okay tracks, if memory serves me correctly. I'll look it up after this. We might go on a bit of a sidetrack here, kids. But anyway.
No.
Oh, sidetrack? Never. Right, so here is the first one from IMDb. It gives it a 2 out of 10 stars. And not even hilariously bad movie, which would be a fair statement, in my opinion. I would say this movie is so bad, it's good, but almost nothing happens the entire movie. 90% of this movie is just people sitting around and recording music, while occasionally someone gets attacked and dies. The characters are obnoxious, especially the Australian guy. And the music is some of the worst I've ever heard. I didn't think the hair metal in it was that bad, personally. The only thing keeping this from being a 1 is that whilst most of the movie is just plain bad, the demons in the movie are absolutely hilarious. Also, there's no way to talk about this without mentioning the final fight scene. My God, is it bad? I don't even have to explain because you've already seen it. And if you haven't, then what are you doing reading this if I said it had spoilers? Oh, he was meta where he tried to talk to the people. Aren't you very smart and modern? Ooh, someone's very smart and modern. A 3 out of 10. Someone enjoyed it more than the last chap. Oh my God. That's just the title. I need a copy. Sorry,
Needs to take a sippy sip.
All the comments here and from others are true. What can you expect? Bad acting, rubber puppets, effects that consist of Halloween masks, Halloween rubber monster gloves, and okay, an okay soundtrack. I will say the Halloween monster gloves are in relation to the one that comes out of the dude's stomach in a pretty okay manner, in my opinion.
I dug that one. Yeah.
Like, people need to remember this is from 81 or 87. Sorry.
And they did it with $52,000.
This movie cost $52,000.
Yes.
Well, that has
Yeah.
drastically just changed my rating for the movie. Most disagree, but I didn't mind the cheesy rock. I agree with this lady or person or man or dragon or whatever you
Individual.
were. A horrible score. And for the big finale, a paper mache marionette and an Independence Day firework fountain. Oh, and much more rubber starfish thrown at our hero as Satan's main weapon. Seriously, it looks like something you and your friends would have done in 5th grade with your dad's camcorder. It's great. There isn't one blatant product placement, and from the looks of it, the money they got from Coke was the entire budget of the film. I didn't get... I did... Well done, you. I didn't give it a high score because I don't know if I could ever sit through it again. But it is recommended big time to anyone who wants to watch a really, really poor movie. I wonder if John Mickle Thor really thought this would be a great career move. My guess is if he did at the start, he couldn't have when he saw the final product. I hear the sequel is in the works. Can't wait to see if it happens.
Oh, it happened.
Well, that lady,
man,
person, or dragon, is about to be very disappointed.
Oh, another rock and roll nightmare.
Sorry, apologies for the slow reading there. My mouth just dried up fucking out of nowhere. We got another one? We got another one. 2 out of 10. Possibly the worst film ever made. Ever! Thank you. Are you happy I Jericho'd it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ever.
I nearly wondered, did Jericho... What's the name of it? Leviticus 18. Leviticus 18. _32 at hotmail.com. Is that you, Jericho? A rubbish heavy metal band are recording a new album in an old barn, which was the scene for some horrific murders. Then the plastic one frame at a time monsters start to kill the band. Then John Mickle Thor, the singer of the band, takes them on, and then he has a fight with Satan, who is made of plastic. Even Ed Wood couldn't make a film this bad. Ouch. Ouch.
I mean,
because Ed Wood made some pretty bad movies. They even made a movie about how bad Ed Wood's movies were, and it was a pretty bad movie too.
Johnny Depp.
Starring Johnny Depp, and it's hard to make a bad Johnny Depp movie, but they did.
That's true.
Never saw that.
That is
one.
true.
You kind of don't need to, unless you have a weird fascination with Ed Wood, like I did.
See, yeah, I didn't. That's kind of why I passed on it.
Yeah,
I'd
say you could probably give it a dodge. It is a funny movie because it's done. You know, it's shot in tone with what a fucking ape Ed Wood was, essentially. Do you know what I mean? So it's
right.
Like the ha-has are there, but it's just not. Yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So, was there more? Was there another one?
I think there was one more.
One more. Oh, it's a 1 from Greaser 3. 1. The ultimate in cheeseball entertainment. Okay, here we go. Here's a guy who's on our level. This is a horribly stupid film in that awesome, so bad it's good category. I love the part when the 80s hairband rocker is wrestling with Satan, who is obviously made of rubber. Words can't describe how bad this movie is. Yes, you used words to do that.
Right, I was saying.
So I feel you don't understand the meaning of the sentence.
Oh, boy.
You know, man, I usually don't care. Like, you know, oh, hey, they had little rubber puppets. Like, dude, what was that? Ghoulies.
Yeah.
Doug Ghoulies.
Yeah, but the Ghoulies puppets were at least able to do some shit.
Right. You know, they could not pull off Ghoulies.
Honestly, I think if you look at the design and the neck and everything of the fucking puppet, I'd say that the whole problem was that they were like, okay, here's the story, right? This, as you can probably tell, Thor, did not take a lot of money to put together. And
Right.
if you're now that I saw you, because I thought that maybe there was like some photoshopping or something on your album covers, and now that I realized you're actually big as a house, I feel there's a good chance you might just shake the arms right off for a rubber Satan there, bud. And I think it might be just a little bit better if you just maybe, do around the living room while screaming at his face for 45 minutes. I put on a Canadian
Hold his
accent there
hand.
specifically to drill it home.
And strutting around a little bit.
Yeah, strutting around. You just put on your leather underpants there, bud, and just shake that guy a little bit around. It'll be all okay. Don't worry. We got cool camera angles. It'll look straight like a WWE event. It'll be all good.
Get that hair a little bit taller.
Yeah, okay there, bud? Yeah. No. Also, by the way, that's something now that I said bud several times back to back that I was doing, trying to do the Canadian accent. It suddenly reminded me. Didn't really think the word bub would be in an Archangel's vernacular. That shocked the shit out of me.
It was short for Beelzebub.
I know the logistics behind it, but
I
anyone
know,
who's
it just-
read or watched a fucking Wolverine movie will instantly be like, is the Archangel doing an impersonation of Wolverine? Or is what's going on here?
Stop.
Yes, he was.
Because he's definitely hairy enough and got a big enough chest to be okay doing a fucking impersonation of Wolverine. Although I think you'd be a better Sabretooth, to be honest.
With that
Yeah.
color hair, yes.
Yeah, you'd have been a great Sabretooth. Paint that man orange, get him some claws.
Why do you need to paint him orange?
Yeah, it's more yellowy. Didn't he kind of have orange as well?
Suit that he
the
wore.
suit he wore was kind of orangish.
He was normal
and
skin color, dude, with
yellow.
blonde hair.
Yeah, that's why he needs to get some orange and fucking some claws.
Yeah.
You could not paint him orange, put him in orange clothing.
Paint him orange. It's all fine. He can look like fucking. You can look
Sunfire,
like he can look like
Starfire.
fucking Sabretooth and Chitara fucking merged and had a child.
I don't think they need to paint him anything. He's tanned enough as it is, for fuck's sake.
So you just get him like an orange leather studded fucking.
No,
He's
maybe
already
look, if
got-
we're giving
he's
him a
already got the
costume
leather
change, can we
studded.
leave the leather studded out, if that's okay?
I think if we're changing his costume, then it definitely needs to be taken out. Otherwise, you're leaving it in.
Yeah. Or maybe leave the leather studded in and just add
That's what worries me.
more leather studded. As in, let's put some leather studded top, maybe some leather studded pants on there. And definitely a leather studded pair of shoes.
Oh, no,
Unfortunately,
that
I
may take
guarantee
away
he'd end up
That
He'd
may
turn
take
it
away
into
from his
le-
fighting ability.
leather studded chaps.
Oh, there you go.
All he needs to do is hold its hand, so I don't think it really matters.
Nope. I got that visual there, and for some reason I like that even less than the underpants. Nope.
Oh, with the underpants,
Nope.
obviously.
Nope.
Abort!
No, fucking hell! Jesus Christ, my brain is fucking creative tonight. I could nearly taste how bad that was going to be. I was just like,
Oh, God.
no, it's actually literally offended me in my ears, eyes, and taste buds somehow all in one go, and I don't know how the hell that happens.
I just got the chills. That's dull.
Having never tasted Michael Thor.
According to
Not
Rochi,
canned because it was a heavenly glow.
Yeah. yeah, saw that. I think that was his hair.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a bad movie. ain't nothing else to be said about it. It is also. It does somewhat fall into the fun bad category, but it's definitely more bad than fun.
So you said it
it's
changed
just-
your views when you found out what the budget was.
Yep. I definitely said those words, and they came out of my mouth earlier. Yep.
Like for the better or for worse?
Oh, for the worse.
If it was
Definitely
made
that
out
was-
of money, you'd think better
I was
of it.
having a $52,000 budget for the good.
Yeah. Definitely for the worse. Do you remember the way I had this really kind of positive view towards Clownado, and then someone told me the budget live on air, and I nearly had a mental breakdown?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like half of that. It's not as mental a breakdown, but shocked the shit out of me. Although, I mean,
I don't know.
did he make this
Watch the
movie?
Probably.
He did the screenplay. He produced it.
Oh,
He starred. I'm not sure if he directed. Actually, hang on. Did he direct it?
No, John.
I know, but it's in like he
David
no, okay,
Schmitz.
more importantly, when I say did he make the movie, I meant who produced it, as in who gave.
Oh, yeah, he-
gave- okay,
Screenplay, production, starring in, directed by John Fasano.
Oh, well, look, as I said earlier in the night, that I don't like shitting on people's movies, and this is another one where I'm going to have to say that and then kind of do the complete opposite of what I don't like doing, which is shitting on this movie. This is bad. This is very bad. This is very bad. I know evidently people in IMDb didn't appreciate the soundtrack. The soundtrack was probably one of the saving graces of this for me.
I view this the same way that I think, we were saying it earlier. I view this as one long, giant fucking music video.
I agree with you. I think it's a concept album.
Yeah, essentially a concept album given visual aid.
Carter, did you ever see Michael Jackson Moonwalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is his Michael Jackson
Equivalent.
Moonwalker. We're going to take all of the songs from this EP or album that I have, and we're going to storyline around it.
Or I have all this really cool music that I haven't got lyrics to, but what if we did?
Some of it had lyrics though.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it was when they were actually band practicing.
And I noticed for some specific scenes there seemed to be a specific tune for that scene, which led me to believe that it's like
what we're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm agreeing with you. I know it doesn't happen a lot, and it might be why you're confused, but I am literally agreeing with you.
I'm not confused.
Which is weird. It came out when?
87.
But they released the soundtrack to it in 2006.
Probably from loads of people giving reviews like this going, where the only good thing about this is the fucking goddamn...
Probably from people finding out
or
about
maybe
the sequel
maybe
going,
it took him
there was a
until
film
2000
before this, and
maybe
you
it took
looked at
him
the first one.
maybe it took him until 2006 to release the album because he didn't think he was going to financially recover from the
Hang on,
Or
it says
also
this,
because
the
they
album
didn't
was
have enough
released on,
songs.
hang on, it says the album was released in CD in 2006.
Okay,
but it doesn't
will you
give
find me
a-
some vinyl, please? Just type in the album and then write release date.
Also, didn't it have a different name at the beginning of the movie?
It did, yeah.
What was that? Hell. Because that screwed me up for a second.
Nope, that's not it.
Right. So now that we've established that it isn't it. Huh?
It was like AK, and then like my finger slipped, and I lost the. The Edge of Hell is what it was.
The Edge of Hell.
Which
I can see why they
were
changed the
better
name
off
of it.
with. Yeah, totally.
Because at no point were they near the edge of hell. They were near the edge of a lake at one stage. They could have called it Edge of Lake.
Right.
There was a pretty big grounds on the farmhouse that they'd rented. They could have called it Surrounding Perimeter.
Yeah, they really loved those
fucking
establishing
nowhere.
shots where they just randomly would show the outside of the
It's like
the house.
they were trying to fill time.
But I wouldn't see why, because I mean it was action packed with content.
Action packed.
There was stuff going on all the time.
They literally, like, honest to God, it felt like they shot enough exciting stuff to fill a trailer. And, and then we're just like, filler.
Oh shit, we need to do a whole movie. I forgot.
No, we don't. We just need to write some tunes
I mean,
while being
they did
recorded,
have-
and then I'm going to fight that guy in my underpants.
They did have a nice 10-minute driving the van scene at the beginning after the family was murdered.
Now,
And
I
we
know
just-
some of you might argue going, lots of movies have that driving the van scene as a family's getting murdered. And I would go, yes, they do. Except that normally, that's where the opening credits of the movie would be.
Yeah.
This
Right.
was not where
And
the opening
normally
credits
it's
were.
like 2 minutes. This was like 5.
Yeah, I felt like I was on the journey. Do you know why? Because I was on the journey.
And then he finally gets to said destination, and we get the close up of the freaking mirror with his eyes just staring in the mirror.
But as a countersuit, I would say that it would, if someone went, Johnny, would you recommend this to someone? I would go, yeah. I think it's a movie that everybody needs to see at least once as an experience. No,
Oh, that was Carter made a disagreement noise.
I could see
if somebody
everybody
owed me money,
not enjoying it, but
feel
I
like,
could see
yeah,
everyone
watch this one.
having an entertaining. The lack of plot gets filled in a lot by the fact that you're sitting there going, why the fuck are any of these people doing this? None of this makes any sense to me. What in the fuck's going on? Why is that guy doing what can only be described as the slowest sex scene in the history of all horror movies? And also, another question, why is it so long?
Right.
Like, if you're not going to do an actual sex scene, I don't think, if you're not actually doing porn, I don't think the sex scene in your movie needs to be the same length as a porn scene. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. It looks like the reason that we were having trouble finding the vinyl thing is, and it was only because Carter reminded us of the other title for the film. In 1986, there was an album release called The Edge of Hell, except that it was released by Tritonz, as in it's Thor, but they call themselves Triton for this fucking album because in Rock and Roll Nightmare, that's the name of the band.
Oh, so he literally essentially made a pretend band to back up the band that were in the movie?
Just for that one album. As in...
Well, you know what, man?
That just seems like a lot of work.
Tor, or Mikkel, should I say? Good old Mikkel, how's it going? Mikkel, you're getting an extra 0.5 for that, because I will say you fully immersed yourself into that storyline, and I appreciate that. So you're getting...
basically,
whatever my rating is, you're getting an extra 0.5 on top of it right there. Because you're not not getting a good bad 0.1 off me. or 1, I'll tell you that.
And further reinforces this is the music video for the album.
Yeah, I now, not that I ever disagree with you in the first place, because I didn't, but I feel this is The Wall, this is Michael Jackson, Moonwalker,
I like
Tenacious D,
like
The
how,
Pick of Destiny. It's that kind of, with storyline or tunes.
I like how they released it as Tritonz rather than as Thor.
I don't, because we literally wasted 15 minutes of live airtime trying to establish what the fuck was going on there.
I do, because it reinforces and backs up the music videos. Kind of like, oh, you can get the actual band, and I wonder if they actually died. Oh, wait, no, they didn't, because we realized it's all a delusion at the end of the movie.
It's mad to see the year 1999 on a IMDb review, isn't it?
Why?
It's just so long ago.
Right.
It's a quarter of a century. Nearly.
No, it fucks me up when I see dates on certain shit.
But you know what started upsetting me a lot? And not like in a middle-aged way, but just like more of a repetitive strain disorder kind of way, is how many scrolls of scroll wheel it takes to get down to 1983 now.
Oh my god. Yes, dude.
When you're like signing up for something. It's just like year of birth.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it truly bothers me. It truly bothers me when I got to go through like 2 or 3 windows to get to where I'm going.
Yeah. Like the color on the window nearly darkens a little bit as you get further down the list. Did I hear bats?
Oh, fuck, you need more room? All right.
Okie dokie. Is that a picture of a dinosaur near 1980? What the fuck? Yeah, anyway, we're going to hit you with the trailer for this. And I'm going to try to figure out, am I giving it a good, bad rating, or is it just bad? I'm pretty sure it's just bad.
I'm going.
But I still would recommend it to someone to watch once, because it's so fucking weird. The like, I can't describe how out of left field and what a tonal shift the Satan versus Angel storyline that just comes in out of nowhere at the end is.
That twist is what fucked me up, I will say.
Yeah,
like, I was like, okay,
I think
so this
just
is
for the weird roller coaster that the show takes, or the movie takes you on, even while managing to essentially have nothing happen, but are very long and very awkward sex scenes. It's worth a watch one time. But don't hate me if you do watch it. That's all I'm going to say. And that's not in a positive light. It's one of those things. I think it's so bad that if you even contemplate shooting a home movie sometime, it might be worth your while to watch this, just as a general rule of thumb as to how not to storyline, shoot, or plot a movie, basically. And on that fine description, we're going to hit the trailer for Rock and Roll Nightmare, where we're going to come back and we're going to be cleansing all of our palates with something that's actually fucking good, which is Studio 666. See you in a minute.
Here's your new home for the next 5 weeks.
Back to nature, huh? No hot tubs, no dynasty.
Hey, no one's lived here for 10 years.
Relax. Would I pick a loser?
What are we supposed to do here? Rehearse, lame brain.
Prepare to die.
I knew if I pissed you off long enough, you'd make a personal appearance. Let's tune our weapons.
Even the trailer ends on fucking professionally. There isn't even a fucking end credit. Jesus Christ.
What would you expect from Thor?
A little bit more than that. Anyway, right. So we get to the ratings side of this. I'm going to give it a 1 plus the 0.5 that I said I'd give him for sheer immersive capabilities. So I'm giving it a 1.5 from me.
0.
That's what I'd argue, but I'd be like, nope, that's fine. Literally don't have a leg to stand on. It has no cinematic merit, no cinematography merit, one special effects merit, and the only reason that was good is I would imagine that they used all of the money they had on that one bit and nothing else on anything else.
$52,000.
Yeah. There's no storylining merit or ability to pace a movie whatsoever. And
terrible sex scenes, the one thing they could have had.
Yeah, as I said, the hair metal in it's good, but I already gave him a 0.5 for sheer immersion, and I think that encompasses said hair metal. I do agree with Giz that I genuinely think this is a concept album that he never got around to explaining was a concept album because everyone was like, this is so bad. And he was just like, okay, maybe we'll just let them think I made a bad movie. Giz.
1.
1. Okay, cool.
I feel dirty giving this a 1, but I kind of like if nothing else, I was like shocked by the twist ending. So I'm like, it had that. Like,
I think you're perfectly okay giving it a 1. I wouldn't feel
like
there's literally a star rating right in front of my face right now with 1 on it, and that's out of 10. Like essentially, if this was out of 10, you'd be giving it a 2. That's generous.
Ooh.
So, yeah, so we'll just give it another 1 there. So, fucking hell. Divided by 4. $2.75. That can't be right.
That just don't feel right.
Average. Add the 4s up and divide by the number. Add the numbers up and divide by the number, isn't it?
Yeah.
1.5, 1. Okay. Didn't. But the other, that
4.5 divided by 4.
That can't be right. 1
1.1
1
something.
plus 1.5 plus 0.
Oh, it's not even. It's
Chat
3.5
saying-
divided by 4.
No, he's still... Yeah. Divided by 4
Is impossible.
equals 3.5. Oh, okay. I'm getting different. Maybe we'll just reload this.
Chat saying 0.75.
That's what I thought. And then the calculator broke me. 1 plus
The
1
calculator is definitely a fan of
plus
4.
0 plus 1.5 divided by 4 equals 2.375, it's saying. What in the fuck is going on here? That can't be right. Because that's what that's 3.5 divided by 4. That can't be 2.375. Can it?
Wouldn't it? Oops.
Who said 0.75?
Bill and Hikagi.
Okay, it's getting a 0.75. That's what I had in my head. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Did I hit some weird chemical thing over here in the corner?
You need to add all the numbers
And
equal
divide by the
them.
number of numbers involved.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I did. Give me a minute. I'm going to reload this page. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go Google. And I'm going to go calculator again.
Yeah,
So it's
0.875 or 0.86.
Okay.
Because you can't divide 4 into something that's less than itself.
Okay, right. So, just so, you know what? I'm going to, wait, we're going to move this window over here. I'm going to do this on the screen, just so people can see. Oh, it's already on the screen. That's good. Just so people can see that I'm not being crazy, right? So, Giz did a 1, plus I did a 1.5, plus Carter did a 1, plus Buzz did a 0, divided by 4 equals 3.5. I haven't got the same answer once, by the way, as well, which is
Really?
making me believe that.
Like each time it's been different?
Yeah, like it's been like 2.375, 3.75. It depends what order I put the numbers in. This is how bad it's actually gotten. What the fuck? Okay. 1 plus 1. We'll try a different calculator. Plus 0 plus 1.5. Whereas divided, which is U, divided by 4, 2.375. Okay. It's 2.375.
It's 0.87. You can't divide a number.
So is it I just
into
rule Buzz
something-
out?
No, you can't divide. We add all of our numbers together,
Yeah.
including Buzz, which comes to 3.5. Divide
Right.
3.5 by 4. You can't divide a number by a number that is larger than it. Or sorry, you can't divide a number into something that it's larger than. So you end up with a decimal point number, which is the 0.86. That's the average, 0.87. That's including Buzz's 0.
Oh, I'm so happy this has became the math.
But the two of them said 0.75.
Bill's saying bottomless rules. Let's see. Calculators work on bottom.
Buzz, you're giving it a 1.
Division happens before addition.
Yeah, he's saying that because you're putting it all in as one equation, that's why you're getting arse numbers. It's two equations separately.
Okay,
Add,
so I
divide.
need to do 3.5 divided by 4.
You need the sum of the total of your scores first.
All right, so
then divide by 4.
3.5 divided by 4.
Divided by 4.
8 there, perfect. Okay, 8.875. Jesus Christ. 0.875.
And all that
Then
math
just
equals
get the
it
calculator.
sucks.
See, and this is why you don't just get the calculator, because the calculator is working on a certain fucking program and doesn't actually sometimes do things the way that your brain would.
Okay, well, that's noted for later. Fucking hell. I nearly feel like taking the 0.5 back off him just for that, but it's not his fault.
I'm surprised you didn't do it just for easier maths.
That's why I went, Buzz, you're giving it a 1.
Yeah, no, he had to make me give it more than...
Well, it was the 0 that was messing up a little bit of the...
It is the reliance on technology.
Are you not doing it on a calculator there?
No, I'm playing Tetris.
Oh.
I did the fucking addition in my head fucking 10 minutes ago, like Bill and fucking Joe.
I got too many. Yeah, I got too much shit going on to be able to fucking sit down and do math in my head as well.
2 seconds. It took 2 freaking seconds.
It's the division end. I didn't have time to sit down and work out. I can do the math end of it. Or the addition end of it, should I say. What?
The division end is logic. You cannot divide a number into something that's like the wrong size.
Okay.
I explained that wrong, but you know what I mean.
Right. Anyway, next up is Studio 666 by the Foo Fighters, which, thank fuck, is a good movie. A very, very good movie, actually. A super horror movie that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting it to be as... Oh, yeah, this is a modern movie. 1 minute, we need to get the weebs out.
Even better than I thought it was going to be, like, from the fucking get-go.
Ouch.
Maybe stop playing Tetris, kids. Actually, you do the review for this.
So, Studio 666 centers around this small independent band some of you may or may not have heard of called Foo Fighters, who it seems have been making music for quite a long time.
Sorry, I didn't hear you there. You seem to have coughed while you were saying the name of the band.
Foo Fighters.
Nope, not getting it. You keep coughing. Maybe cough first and then say the name. That might work better. Okay.
Was that better?
Yeah. Thankfully, I can lip read, so it's all good.
Okay. Anyway, so it seems that after a couple of decades of making music, the record executive is looking at them, understandably a little bit miffed, going, where the fuck is my next record? I got fucking debtors up the ass. They're going to skin my hide. Where's my fucking record? And the lead singer quite calmly and methodically says, it's okay, dude. It's okay. It's all right up here in my brain pan. And in his brain pan, and his brain pan, and his brain pan. And he has no brain pan. We'll get back to him later on. And assures him that it's okay as long as they get some really cool place to record, because like they've done all the normal stuff, they will be able to get him that record. So Mr. Record Executive looks at them and goes, I will get you that magical place full of ponies and dragons and knights and cool shit, and you will get me that record, and I will get these debtors off of my back.
Katie, I would say, sorry to interrupt for a moment, I would say that you don't need to be a fan of the Foo Fighters to watch this. I would say mostly all of the knowledge of the Foo Fighters you need to know are they're in a metal band.
And that occurs
over
the course of the film.
Yeah.
Right.
And actually, fair enough as well. You will, even if you were unaware of them, probably ascertain that they're in a band together relatively quickly.
So, record exec gets onto real estate agent Barb, who finds him this lovely, somewhat dilapidated house that has some fantastic feng shui and great pool and
loads of other
really
hippie shit
sucks.
that famous people say to sound up their ass.
Yeah, right. To be honest, it really sucks until they're just about to leave and Grohl claps his hands and there is this fantastic.
It's the acoustics, baby.
Oh my God, that woo, They do it as kind of like, okay, shit, we are actually staying here. Okay, we're staying here.
Which, can I say, as a guy who has to do a lot of sound on video shoots and stuff like that, I enjoyed the clap because I was like, yes. Because I've seen people when I'm in a shoot where we're like looking to record in a room and I'm walking around, they're looking at me like a nutcase. I'm like, okay, we're shooting over here.
But while you're right, let's not forget it was accidental confirmation, which is what kind of made it cool.
I know the clap was accidental, but the logic of how it came about is a thing that people do. Why are you looking at me like it's not a thing? It's literally a thing.
No.
Okay.
It's not that. It's just that when we go to take snippets out, that snippet can be totally taken out of context and it will still be hilarious.
Yeah, sure. When you get the clap.
Just the way that you put it.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anyway,
I won't lie to you, dude. There's a lot of our shows that you can take any bit of it out of context and it can be really funny.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, Grohl decides that he's got all his crew together. They got this house. They're good. He's got this concept because they spend the night there, and he gets this idea in his head, and he has this mad nightmarish dream, and he has this idea, and they're going to do an album. And before they even manage to get anything set up or anything like that, they've already got a rather interesting neighbor next door who's offering them some baked goods that may or may not be laced with cocaine.
They're definitely laced with cocaine.
I was trying to be subtle.
No, they weren't. They are 100%. Like I believe they actually overtly went out of your way to let you know that there was cocaine in those buns.
Yeah, there were cocaine frosted lemon buns.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's marijuana in the bun.
No, the edible was on the side. Anyway, so yeah, we have the neighbor. We have the fact that the
neighbor's played by that comedian lady
Whitney
Cummings. Yeah, she is funny.
Oh, dude, she's got
she's not like a lot of the vagina joke comedians. Like she that lady is fucking hilarious. She's straight up fucking funny.
So anyway, you have the neighbor next door. We also have a mysterious gardener type person, maybe, that Grohl is occasionally seeing walking around, but no one else seems to have seen.
Yeah,
but it's fine. It's all good. Despite the occasional kind of weird thing happening, it's fine because you know what?
A cup
Dave's
here,
got his song.
An odd book moving there, strange demon entity being seen in a hallway. Occasionally odd things.
But it's okay though, because Dave's got his song. Now he may have found that song after accidentally, wandering downstairs to the basement and finding the recording of someone else's music and kind of taking inspiration, coming up with his own thing, and maybe losing his mind a little bit because
they shot that scene very badly. Because initially it kind of looks like that it's just like, I think Dave Grohl's about to rip off this band, but then you can kind of be like, oh no, he's just really appreciating the music. It's okay.
Yeah, he's getting into it, and he does come up with like the music he comes up with is pretty fucking good. And it's kind of like, I've invented a new note. What? It's called L sharp.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that scene was awesome.
This dark, gothic, heavy. So he has to obviously teach the rest of the band how to play this note because he's got the song and he's got everything and it's going to work out. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be fine. He's not losing his mind at all, and he's not becoming a overbearing control freak, and he's not eating raw meat, and he's not freaking the fuck out of everybody in the band.
He gets a little bit high strung. The thing is though, he's a busy guy. Do you know, sadly, from a guy who's like doing so much on a weekly basis, there was a moment when I was watching and I was like, maybe he's just having a bit of burnout. And then he started eating people, and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, he's lost his fucking mind. It's okay, never mind."
He might not be quite as burnt out if he wasn't trying to write 20 or 45-minute long songs.
Yeah,
which,
well, look. Let's be fair.
Yes,
let's be fair. In the majesticness that is Dave Grohl, there's a very high possibility that it wasn't really Dave looking to be writing a 45-minute long song.
That was my favorite part of the movie where he was like, the delivery driver's like, I think I got some ranch out in the car. And he's like, I'll just use the marinara, and closes the door.
Can I say, by the way, he played awkwardly creepy so well.
Yes,
it was there. There's some moments where Dave Grohl is straight up intimidating in this movie, which is not something you're generally expecting. He's such a friendly dude. Like, I mean, he showed up on Hot Ones and got your man fucking shit faced.
Really?
the mood, the
oh,
mood
dude!
changes
If any
were
of
so
you
good.
watch Hot Ones and you haven't seen the Dave Grohl one where he comes on promoting
I
this
love
movie,
watching Hot Ones.
it's so funny because essentially Dave's like, if you're going to be feeding me wings, I never do wings without booze. And then not only is he drinking, he's doing the shots that he drank with Giz. Do you remember the guy from Drowning Pool went on a drinking binge and said he could outdrink some dudes from a metal band that were renowned for drinking? Was it Pantera or Slayer?
Pantera.
Okay, then it was Pantera. This shot that Pantera drink the whole time, that's what he was making for your man. The two of them were drinking. Your man was proper shitbagged by the end of the episode. It was very funny.
Nice.
But yeah, Dave Grohl's a fucking friendly dude. He's the type of guy that if you invite him on your show, he'll stand there and make you drinks.
I'll tell you what, he's not a very friendly guy for long in this movie.
No, which is why it's awesome in this, because it's so
metal compels him to write that music.
Yeah.
He is just
yeah. And I liked how it ties into all the Tenacious D stuff because he plays the devil in all of their movies and videos.
Better. He was there's a point in the movie, right, and it's not very far into it, where an accident happens and Dave Grohl turns into fucking Jack Black from King Kong. We'll continue and we'll finish it. We'll do it in his honor.
Oh yeah!
The first time he said it, that popped into
I
I
wouldn't be.
The third time he said it, I'm like, oh fuck,
dude,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
probably an intentional nod.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
Like
yeah.
they're buds. Do you know the? Do you know the singer of?
He did it the way that Jack Black had done it.
Do you know the singer of? Josh Holmes, Queens of the Stone Age. The singer of Queens of the Stone Age.
Son of a.
Went on a session with him, with Dave Grohl and Jack Black to Vegas one weekend, and he was like, I had to leave by the Saturday evening. He was like, there was just so much peyotes and mushroom and whiskey and weed and fucking, and he's like, the boys are like, we're going to hit the casino for a while and we're going to go get more fucked up later on. What are you going to do? He was like, I'm going fucking home. He's like, I am out of it. He's like, I barely needed a plane to get back to my house. I got on the plane and they were like, okay, don't forget to strap in before takeoff. You don't need to tell me twice. Woo! I've been trying to strap in since Friday.
Oh wow!
Careful, we're in backcountry.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing. Very good. But anyway, yeah, continue. Sorry, I digress.
No, it's great. I actually didn't want to go too far into things anyway because yeah, it's just out. Like I said, Grohl gets super into this song. It's not exactly his idea,
Satan
and
super gets into Grohl, but it's not Satan. It's some Necronomicon
it's
demonic demons.
Yeah, I was going to tiptoe around it by saying there's a very famous book that makes
you
an appearance.
literally
but never
mentioned
mind.
the Necronomicon.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. At the very start of the show.
I never said anything. You did twice.
Okay, so it's already been mentioned, so there's no need to tiptoe
But
around
I was
it.
hoping that everyone forgot about it with all the needless banter that we go on.
Okay. Also, you definitely said it.
I did.
I remember him saying something about a book, but I don't know if he specifically said Necronomicon. But then again, I did just listen to us review Rock and Roll Nightmare, and listen to a very painful math section there.
It's very hard to do math and be queuing up a trailer and trying to fucking talk to people and fucking keep an eye on the chat all at the same fucking
Never trust
time.
the calculator.
Never.
I agree
Fuck
with you.
Okay,
I
you
just
do the
hate
fucking
math.
ratings from now on.
I often
Me?
do at the same time as you.
But my God, I dug the fuck out of Studio 666.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, I got lightheaded. Oh my God.
Sorry, I might be having a case of the Dave Grohl's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I got numb for a second from laughing so hard. Oh, I had an out-of-body experience.
It's a fun movie. I'll tell you what isn't very unexpected in this was the sheer amount of fucking gore.
Oh yeah,
this was.
There's actual Terrifier levels of gore in that movie.
This is a horror movie with some funny moments, as opposed to a comedy horror, which is what we were expecting.
It's a funny horror movie opposed to a comedy horror. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And also kind of to harken back,
bloody noses or some shit, or
Yeah.
maybe a separate appendage. But
to harken
dude,
back
this movie
to
starts out
what
hard.
Katie said about do you need to be a fan of the Foo Fighters to watch the movie? I'd honest to God say, and I thought it was going to be one of those movies where it's going to be mostly kind of the entertainment of seeing the Foo Fighters in a movie.
Yeah.
Was going to be the thing. You could literally remove the Foo Fighters out of this and replace them with some fake generic band for a movie. Yeah, and the movie will be equally as good.
The only thing that the fact that it is the Foo Fighters means that you do automatically have a certain familiarity with people going into it.
I'd nearly say that a lot of the comedic element from the movie is derived from the fact that it's just hilarious to see the world-renowned super nice bloke that is Dave Grohl turn into this murderous psychopath. And I actually think if you did this with just a miscellaneous movie band, if you know what I mean, not an actual real band, I think it'd even be more horror movie.
Probably.
I actually, like, if you think through the movie, a lot of the comedic elements in it are literally seeing Dave Grohl as a fucking crazy evil dude. That might be
the one thing that you would have to have any knowledge of is how
I think everybody, even if you're not a Foo Fighters fan, is aware that Dave Grohl's a really nice bloke.
Well, I know. I'm just saying if you don't, then that would be the only thing that you might be missing in this movie, or not missing, but makes
like I like some of their tunes. I'm not a big Foo Fighters fan. Do you know what I mean?
That's same here.
Yeah.
I think I like one of their songs.
One of my friends is a really big fan of them, but I'm just like, they're not terrible.
But I've seen them live twice, like at music festivals, not exclusively going to a Foo Fighters gig. If you've never seen them live, I would say even if you're not the biggest fan of their music, well worth seeing them live if you have an opportunity to see them at a festival. They are fucking brilliant live.
Well, and I mean,
to be fair, there's an awful lot of bands that are very good live.
Yeah. Oh man, he's
as in,
not just musically, like
he's listen to, but live is worth seeing them.
He's crowd interaction and the way he chats to the crowd and deals with the crowd, like it's a real energetic, fun show. Like really good. They always get some dude out of the crowd who can play guitar to jam with him.
Broke his leg and still was like fucking.
Yeah, they got him a chair or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Then they gave it to Axl Rose because he broke his leg. And it was funny.
But no, that's just it. Like, I've caught a lot of interviews with him about him, and like, he just always seems to kind of come off as a genuinely cool person. So to see him like up in one of the bandmates' faces, like, do it this way or fuck it else, there was some comedic level to that, though.
Him like having the go with the keyboard player because the keyboard player just wanted to get some poo-tang.
Right.
And that was so fucking hilarious. He's like
through
the window, get her the fuck out of here. That was so funny.
So good. He gets that poo-tang too. He's wearing the smallest pair of leopard print pants I've ever done seen.
Dude, and the
which he borrowed from Dave Grohl.
The heart-shaped growler. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's like, are those mine? I was like, oh yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, this is a genuinely, it's like, number one, because none of these guys are actors. Well done to Foo Fighters, because you put on a great show, like real fun.
It's one of those things where you could kind of tell, though. I'm not like saying it was bad, but you could kind of tell that they may have. This probably is one of their first.
A little bit, but I mean, I think the fact that they all got to play themselves, I think, I think it's more of a case of you can kind of tell they're not super used to acting because it wasn't that kind of stage reaction to things that happened. It was very much, how would you react if X, Y, and Z happened, and they gave that. So it's kind of like it's an honest performance, but it's good. The whole package comes together really well. As I said, the murders are brilliant. Obviously, you get some grand old Foo Fighters riffage going on, albeit in the medium of one 45-minute long song being played repeatedly, but it's a crunchy riff, and I'm okay with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Until demons break through into our reality, because you hit just the right vibration and frequency of music, and that's the whole point.
Nope, you're totally wrong there. No. Even if that was the case, I'm quite happy to listen to it. It was some chunky riffage.
Rock and rule would back me up.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong about what the music's there for. I totally agree with you on that, 100%. But what I'm saying is you're running on the assumption that would stop me listening to it. It's a chunky fucking guitar riff. I was well happy.
Oh, yeah.
Very chunky. Actually, possibly one of the heavier Foo Fighter sets I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was
I
nice.
was gonna say it kind of didn't feel like a Foo Fighters song.
Yeah.
obviously,
Well, it's like
but-
sometimes everyone forgets he's the dude from Nirvana,
Yeah.
Right.
you know. Or that weird meme where that guy didn't realize he was the dude from Nirvana. Did you ever see that?
No.
Where someone sent it's a photo of Dave Grohl in Nirvana and a photo of Dave Grohl in Foo Fighters with some dude commenting underneath it going, "Man, I never realized how much the guy from fucking Nirvana looks like Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters." Yeah, except some would say just a little bit older
Yeah.
and with a different style.
It's one of those things where it's like, obviously he's been in the Foo Fighters more, and it's kind of not, I guess it depends on the age of this person that did that, but like, it wouldn't surprise me that people would forget that because,
Yeah, I get that. Except this meme was like when memes existed.
yeah,
It's not a new meme.
because like Nirvana wasn't around that long, and
But they made enough of an impression
I was gonna
to.
say they left a heavy impression though.
They left.
I'm not
They
saying they
literally
didn't,
influenced
but
an
they-
entire generation of.
I say they didn't
And
do
also,
that. I
didn't
just
they?
said they didn't do it in.
They were around a couple of years.
Which isn't that long
Yeah,
in his
it
defense.
Yeah,
isn't that
it's really
long
not
to
that
have
long.
that kind of
89 to what? 94,
less than 10
95?
years. Yeah.
But they had like an abundance of albums and EPs out in that time. Is
Not they had two albums that they had Inner True and the one that has all the I can't think of the name of the album, the Nevermind. Those were the two big. They did have Bleach. I think they came out in '89, but that was before they were big. That was before
Jesus, I must
Nevermind.
go back.
Nevermind.
Ah. Sorry, I'm
Nevermind's
just
what
trying to
blew
remember
them
tracks
up,
from
and that was
Weirdo.
like 90, 91. And
87,
Inner True.
87 to 94.
there
That's not that
was
long.
Nevermind.
founded-
There was In
they were-
Utero. There was
And that was
Bleach.
it.
There's MTV Unplugged. There was
That
Live at
makes
Reading. There was Nirvana Live on Air. Hormoning.
He's right.
Outcesticide. There was Rarities. Outcesticide 2. Outcesticide 4. That's up to 96. Ultra Rare Tracks Volume 1.
A lot of
That's
that stuff
obviously
came
a
out after
compilation
Cocaine.
album,
Yeah.
that one, so ignore that.
Their
See, it's
discography
only-
is
it's
only
only
3
three real-
albums.
Yeah, it's only 3 real albums, and everything else then is like bits of music that was recorded but never put onto an official album
Yeah.
that afterwards was
So I'm saying, like, that's something that's not that, especially for how long the Foo Fighters have been around compared to how long Nirvana's been around.
Yeah.
Because like 89, 91, and 93 was their last album in Utero.
Yeah.
That's why I remembered 89. I feel better now.
Because they were formed in 87 and then Crawl got recruited in 90.
Which, yeah, right, that would have been before Bleach, because In Utero, or Nevermind came out in 91, which that had, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and that's the one that really got them on the map. And then In Utero came out in 94, and then after that it was no actual studio albums.
Right.
Like, I guess I'm not saying that they didn't have the impact. I'm just saying that for the short time that they were around, I mean, to have that kind of an impact is pretty impressive.
Yes.
Because it is weird that all of that music came out and stuff, but they only had like the 3.
Yeah, it's kind of and that's a little bit of a different situation. But for me, it's kind of the same with like Guns N' Roses. They weren't really around that long for the original band either. Their first album came out in '87, and they were done in '93. But I mean, I don't know if they had the same impact as a Nirvana.
The thing is, though, you have to look at the music industry as a whole. There's guys who are around. There's guys who are around for like 20 years, but they release whatever, a fucking album a year. They have 20 albums, but maybe one song off each album gets big.
Yeah.
Or maybe one song every couple of albums gets big, and no one really remembers anything of them. Whereas Nirvana was like just bangers. Every album was just like banger, banger. The whole album fucking rocking.
They
good.
just, and it's
no, they definitely left a fucking mark.
Because like even with Bleach, I don't even think anything really was a hit off of Bleach. It was
Bleach is a good
it
album.
was Nevermind.
Negative Creep.
Yeah.
About a
See, I don't
girl.
re-
About a girl,
I don't
definitely.
remember Bleach.
School.
School wasn't really. That didn't. I can't remember what songs
No
were on Bleach now.
recess. No recess.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't
So
you
would you say they
believe it?
got
It's
better
just
than-
my luck.
Which?
Would you say they got better than when Crawl joined in? Like the songs and shit? Because I don't remember Bleach at all.
I mean, I remember it was a thing. I just don't really remember what was on it. Like,
Just
I mean,
looking
you
at
know,
track lists.
Nevermind is just like come as
In
you are.
if you were to compare in regards songs that are noteworthy, Nevermind does have way more than Bleach would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying there's not good songs. I'm just saying Nevermind is the more non-people would probably, like, non-big Nirvana people would know, because everybody's fucking heard Smells Like Teen Spirit. It doesn't matter what kind of music you listen to, you've heard that song before somewhere.
Yeah, well, I think they got a better publicity deal when Nevermind came out. I mean,
Yeah.
Nevermind and the Black Album were released around the same time, weren't they? And the two of them just managed to fuel
As
each
well
other's
as-
poputy, I guess, because as big as
well
one
as-
got, the other
Well, it
one
wasn't
would
even
get
just
as
the
big.
it wasn't even just the publicity on Nevermind. It was also Nevermind was one of their. I think that was like their first properly like commercially released,
Yeah.
as in,
Yeah,
okay, we're not taking a bet on these guys anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a proper.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the
Yeah.
publicity, because they don't do that unless they're actually putting all the money in you. Otherwise, it's just an album getting released, and maybe if you're lucky, whatever genre it's in, there be fucking adverts in those specific, like, newspapers, magazines, whatever. Whereas Nevermind, much like the Black Album, was given a more commercial kick up the arse, I guess.
Yeah. Right. I suppose before we sidetrack again, we should probably get into the trailer for this.
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I was just looking up something.
Yeah, go on, look it
That's
up.
insane.
There, because
No,
I
it's just
forgot to change the trailer.
three or technically 4 albums that all came out within a 2-month span that year. You had Nevermind, the Black Album, and then Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 from Guns N' Roses all came out in August and
Wow.
September of 91.
Good
Hey,
fucking
Akagi's
year.
hopping off.
All right, catch you later, Kags.
See you,
Thanks for joining.
God, man, that's wow.
It's insane.
That's a whole lot of epic metal.
Oh yeah.
Or grunge, technically. And rock. Metal, grunge, and rock.
It's a whole lot of good music in the space of 2
Thank you.
months.
That's a much better. Cheers. Thanks.
Like, I knew Black Album and Use Your Illusion were almost like a week apart, but I knew Nevermind came out in 91. I just didn't know what month, and so I just checked it and it said September. I was like, holy shit.
For me, it was Nevermind, the Black Album. I knew they were together, but I forgot Guns N' Roses was even the same year, much less.
Yeah.
It's sad that there hasn't been anything like that in ages. Do you know, where it's like there was a year where it's just like all the tunes got dropped.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Well, early 2000s, wasn't there 1 or 2 good years then, whereby
There was good
was
tunes,
kinda like-
but there wasn't like a fucking 1 month where it was just like, literally changed the music industry October. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so another album to add to that, 10 by Pearl Jam. That was in August of 91. So 4, no, technically 5, because Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 was 2 separate CDs. It came out the same day, but 5 fucking albums coming out in August and September of 1991. In fucking insane. Ugh.
All good music.
I want to go back in time and go to.
were they all handled by the same distribution companies?
Probably not.
Don't think so. I know GNR was Geffen Records.
Pearl Jam is Geffen as well,
Epic.
I think.
No, there it says labels Epic Records.
Epic? Okay. They were with Geffen at one stage. Oh, no, wait. I might be thinking.
I mean, they may have been.
Oh, wait, no,
It would
I
depend on the
might be
album.
thinking of Soundgarden. Sorry.
Hold on. Let me check. Nirvana would have been DGC, whatever that is. And then I think I know at one time the Black Album or Metallica was Elektra Records, but it doesn't say here. I don't know. It doesn't say. Yeah, Elektra Records for the Black Album.
Oh, that's not what I'm looking to do, computer.
All different. God, I wonder if there's anything else that came out.
Are we finished with the little movie trip down the road?
I think so.
Okay, right. We're going to hit the trailer for Studio 666, and then we're going to be back with our ratings and outro. Yep. That's what we're going to do. Ratings and outro. Oh, yeah. And weird tales from the internet. Back in a minute.
Here's your new home for the next 5 weeks.
Back to nature, huh? No hot tubs?
Foo Fighters! You gotta get me a record.
It's our 10th album. We gotta break the mold on this one. About time. Let's go somewhere we've never been.
This place is amazing.
Do you guys get this overwhelming sense of debt? Whoa. Doesn't really seem like the right fit. Whoa, that's rad. That was weird. The sound of this house is the sound of album 10.
All right, you guys, amps, living room.
Let me apologize in advance for all the rock we're about to make.
Got a couple of ideas I've been working on. I'll lay them on you.
Dude, wait. It's called Everlong, and you wrote it about 20 years ago.
How you feeling? Everything okay?
Ever since we moved into this house, my mind is flooded.
We all have writer's block.
This is not just a creepy rock and roll house. It allows spiritual entities to cross into our world.
Oh my God! Dude has got one flew over the cuckoo's nest crazy.
It's this place, man. Let's finish the track.
Can't we just wait, dude?
Just play the drums.
You found a new musical note?
Hell yes, I did.
It's an L.
Any chefs in the group?
I'm pretty handy on a grill.
Yeah, you like your meat charred and dry.
He does make a killer barbecue.
What do we do?
We go save his ass.
Is the album almost done?
Yeah, it's killer.
Here you go, man. Finish the song.
You did.
Yeah, it's bad. Right, we're back. That is the trailer for Studio 666. Sorry, I didn't realize calling Cags was a specific you and Hikage thing, Katie. I just also used it because I was like, that's way shorter than Hikage. End of story that was the just for the yeah. Anywho. Right, ratings for Studio 666.
4.
3.5.
Awkward fuck.
Why would you have to do with 3.5?
Because that's what I feel. Fine, 4.
Okay.
Also, Madonna's Emotions came out in September of 1991.
Okay, so that's an average rating of 4.
Madonna's Emotions came out a lot earlier than that.
Average rating of 4 because we're all 4.
We're all for Studio 666.
Yes, very good. Very good. Right, that's the end of the
you'll dig it, Bill.
That's the end of the
episode.
Yeah, you definitely want to watch it. Watch it. Go.
Yeah, it's a good laugh, man.
Rent or buy now. Well worth. Right, so that is the end of the movie portion of the show. As per usual, Buzz has scoured his way through the interwebs to find me some of the possibly most grammatically bad, or in this particular case of the one I'm going to bring up here, very well written, long and weird questions from the internet. We can get rid of Studio 666 as well. Right, so, wow, this we're just going to blow you up. Am I on the right page? We're just going to blow you up. But whoa. Ah, Christ. There we go. My dog's testicles are stuck in a mousetrap. My chihuahua usually sleeps in the garage, so I let him in there for a few minutes ago, forgetting that I had placed a few mousetraps in there. Oh no. The dog is still relatively young and has testicles the size of tennis balls. That's probably, what is it, a chihuahua? That's unhealthy, mate. That seems like a deformity, that's a growth, not testicles. Are you sure you don't have a girl dog with a growth? Because I'm just saying, chihuahuas, notoriously rat-like dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Tennis ball testicles seems, like my dog is the size of a fucking horse. He doesn't have tennis ball testicles. And they're pretty big. He's got some meaty balls on him. But
not gonna lie, it does sound like something that needs to be checked out by a physician.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter now. They're in a fucking mousetrap, so.
No.
Yeah, they're going to have to get checked by a physician for a whole bunch of different reasons. Anyway. I mean, they are bigger than his head. Apparently, he was dragging those monsters too close to a trap and it snapped right on his nuts. Ow! He's really... It's bad enough when you sit in yourself. I can only imagine what a mousetrap would be like. He's really angry right now, I would imagine so, and won't let me get close enough to help. He's already bit me really hard, and I'm bleeding pretty bad. I tried shooting him with a horse tranquilizer. That seems a bit excessive for a chihuahua, mate. I'm just going to say, a horse tranquilizer nearly took out a full-grown Will Ferrell in fucking...
I'm actually starting to wonder if maybe he misspelled chupacabra.
Yeah, maybe you have a pet chupacabra. You know what? God. You might be right. My chupacabras, my chihuahua's 4.5 feet tall and occasionally chases down and rips cars apart.
Why cars?
With just big balls.
Because it's a chupacabra.
Shouldn't it be cattle? Or
it's
goats?
Domesticated chupacabra. There's not going to be a lot of cattle around.
So it's eating metal now? How the fuck did that happen?
It's not eating metal, it's chasing cars down. It's what fucking dogs do, numbnuts.
Yeah. So one the Hunter got as a pet for the skit that we never showed.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It just likes chasing cars.
We still have all of that footage. I forgot about that. I must use that. I forgot about that one.
That's good stuff.
Well, the reason we didn't use that was by the time I'd edited all of the rest of the movie together, it was already like 7.5 minutes long. And I was like, this is only supposed to be a comeback promo. It's not even a short film. So I was like, we might need to drop those bits and just move on with our day. Because at the 7.5 minutes it was at, I could already hear her in the back of my head going, I said advert, not fucking movie, and you gave me a fucking movie again, which as entertaining as it is, it's not an advert. YouTube people tune out after 30 seconds. Which is why you guys keep doing 2.5 hour long podcasts on a fucking Thursday. He didn't say that last bit. I paraphrased that in myself. But anyway, I tried shooting him with a horse tranquilizer, but I missed. And it blew out one of my car's tires. Oh, this poor chap's having a bad day. It's not a good day for any party concerned this. So I can't drive to the vet or anything. My plan right now is to have my 4-year-old. Oh, no. No. You want the 4-year-old to approach it from the front? Why would you? Oh, mate. Fuck. Okay. Just read it, Johnny, and then...
the judge after.
Yeah. My plan right now is to have my 4-year-old approach from the front to distract the dog while I sneak up behind him and club him with a tire iron. Does anybody have a better idea?
Kill the dog?
Have you tried just if you're going to try and hit him with a tire iron, have you tried just punt kicking him out the front door? It's a fucking chihuahua. Like it's a fucking chihuahua.
That was
like, bro, I don't know what, mate. That chihuahua, like, if you don't get within that chihuahua's biting distance, he's not getting above your knee. Just where really thick jeans. Do you know why? He's not going to get through them because he's a fucking chihuahua.
Right. Ugh. Fucking horse trank, man. Oh my lord.
Fucking rat dogs.
I'm hoping that wasn't real because that kind of got a tad.
I genuinely hope it wasn't real. Why does this keep going out of the fucking...
What? Hang on, bear with me.
How many did you send me?
Seriously.
I sent you... Okay. No, hold on. Giz got to say his thing.
What if that guy actually did have a large breed of dog, but for some strange and God's unknown fucking reason convinced himself that that particular breed of dog was called a Chihuahua?
I feel that that's feasibly impossible, as I think everybody, even in the most outskirty parts of the world, is aware of the rat dog that is a Chihuahua. Because I'm sure everyone with any form of internet at some stage or the other, and you can't tell me the guy doesn't have internet, because he literally wrote a fucking question on the internet. Anyone that has an internet at some stage, albeit accidentally or somewhat, has come across someone on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, or Facebook, or fucking MySpace, or Bebo, or whatever the fuck it was over the 5 million years of the internet, when they went, why is that person holding a massive rat in their lap? And then they realize, oh no, wait, that's actually a dog. Why does that dog have cancer? I should really check it up. And then they realize that it's not a dog that has cancer. It's an actual rat dog called a Chihuahua.
You could have just said, no, he probably looked it up. It would have taken like 10 hours less.
Nah. It's about the journey.
Welcome to the pissy episode of the GoreCast.
Anyway,
Everybody's
is this one of the ones you sent me? Because it kept kicking me out of them. I think it's because they're in separate...
Yes.
Did you send one as a separate thing?
I did, because I sent the dog one that you just read after I sent the other ones, because I found it while I was looking at it. I'm like, I can't pass this one up because it was hilarious.
Well, seems to kick me out unless they're all in the one group, which is good to know for the future, because I didn't know it until now. Speaking of things people didn't know until now, how can I safely look at a picture of the sun? I know that to look at the sun can make you go blind, but what if I took a picture of the sun with my phone? Would it still ruin my eyes?
There we go. Okay. I couldn't quite figure out what they were asking.
And then the best answer, I'm refusing to read out because it actually makes no fucking sense.
I think that was the point.
No, but I mean, as in, it makes... I know that man is not dropping actual facts, Buzz. I'm aware of it. What I am saying is, the fake little ruse he's got going on in the comments feed also makes no sense. It's stupid. Look at the picture at night when the sun is sleeping. Okie dokie.
Yeah, one fact. The sun sleeps at night.
Okay. Oh, what in the shit is this? Oh, it's DNA sequencing. What in the DNA keeps a house cat from growing to the size of a big cat?
Because you want to genetically engineer your house cat to be a saber-toothed tiger, you mad fuck?
No, I think the person thinks that all forms of cats are the same cat and just can't understand why some of them are small and some of them are large and live in a jungle.
Yeah, I kind of think that's the question.
But someone gave a really good answer.
The DNA sequence?
Yeah, it's the DNA sequencing of all of the individual cat breeds, and as they get up larger towards tiger and more prehistoric because there's less of a DNA sequencing running. Yes. Oh, I feel better about the math thing now. That's actually really fucking... Either that guy knows what he's talking about or spent a lot of time fucking copy and pasting.
I imagine copy and paste.
That's very good. That's very good. I like that. That was very good. Stupid fucking question, but that's very good. Not the question. The question was balling. People shock me sometimes, and I shouldn't be shocked anymore after some of the stuff that I've read out up here. Oh, that reminds me, Joseph, I will get to the thing that you sent me later on because it fits into the egg up the bum thing from a week or two ago. It actually may answer the question as to what came first, the chicken or the egg. I'll put it that way. How turn computer monitor into mirror? Hi, does anyone know if it is possible to use a background that would essentially turn my computer monitor into a mirror? scanning a mirror doesn't work.
Oh.
You know, there actually probably is a way whereby you just set up your camera so that the feed from the camera is your, like the constant feed from the camera is your background. Guess maybe that'd work.
Turn off your computer and look in the screen.
They asked to have the mirror be a background while they continue to work. That means the computer needs to be on.
Yeah, because they're looking for the thing to be a mirror so they can use it as a mirror. That's why they're looking for a background image that works like a mirror so they can use it as a mirror. That's why they think the computer needs to be on. But the dumb fucks don't seem to realize is that glass is a reflective fucking surface. And if you just turn off the digitally projected image behind the glass, you've got a reflective surface that you could do your stuff in, albeit not as good as a mirror, but equally reflective nonetheless.
Or I could be right and they want to try and have an actual background on a working computer that
Hi,
reflects.
does anyone know if it is possible to use a background that would essentially turn my computer monitor into a mirror? Scanning a mirror
background.
doesn't work.
Yeah, background.
To use as a mirror.
Not that they want that as their background.
Not that they want that as their background. They want it as a background so they can use it as a fucking mirror. I'm moving on. Fucking hell. Right, next. Where can I learn the Skyrim Dova language and Daedric too?
The what?
I imagine in the game or with some kind
in
of
the game or the same
nerd
place that
books.
people learn how to talk Ferengi or Klingon or fucking whatever the fuck.
Well, to be fair, there's dictionaries for that as well.
I'm probably.
Yeah.
I would imagine there's a Skyrim dictionary at this stage. The thing's fucking big enough.
I once
answers-
found Hamlet written in English and Klingon, and I really regret not buying it at the time.
Right.
I
Also
really
moving on.
regret that somebody wrote that in Klingon.
I can't believe that you're surprised that somebody wrote that in Klingon.
Wow.
Do you know how many
Hamlet
Star
makes
Trek
sense.
dorks there are on the planet?
I mean, I know.
And do
there's
you know
a
how
lot.
many of those appreciate good English literature?
Shakespeare.
Right.
Yeah. So the cross section, weirdly enough, is actually quite high.
And of all of them,
Hamlet
maybe,
would be the one that has essentially been regurgitated back into every fucking movie since.
Well, I was going to say, I was going to say would best suit the Klingon culture, but maybe
yes, also
fucking
also very true.
Macbeth and King Lear.
I assume because all I know is Next Generation.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of what Shakespearean stories would appeal to the Klingon culture, and
Anyway, off real. Welcome back in by Hikage. I'm going to say Hikage from now on because it seems a weird Tristan out.
didn't weird her out. She just thought it was hilarious that someone else used the name.
All right, it's just the fucking. It's,
Yeah, no,
it's
she agreed
just
with you.
Way nippier. What up, Cags? I occasionally like saying the Hickage just because I, not unlike the guy from Trailer Park Boys, like to entertainingly. Actually, no, he can't do it for the laugh because he's dumb. I just like saying words wrong for the laugh sometimes.
Like Danhausen.
Like Danhausen.
What the shit?
Are you talking about the thing on the screen?
I am, yeah.
Pregnancy isn't possible, right? Protected sex, condom fine, no ejac, no pre-C. I'm having to edit all of this live for fucking YouTube, by the way. Not much. I'm assuming she's trying to figure out how she's got pregnant, is it? Not much chance of
you can find out.
not much chance of a swimming soldier in a pre-C. No previous ejac. 4 periods, heavy and on time. Patches of ovulation. Oh wow. Okay. Patches
You
of.
probably should have proofread this one first.
Yep, probably. Patches
I didn't think it was that
of
bad.
patches of lady
It's
egg.
not, but his editing is.
Patches of lady egg discharged at the right time of lady egg time. No symptoms, i.e., sickness. Negative pregnancy tests. 1 at 6 weeks and 1 at 7. But slightly bigger tummy. Help me, my friend is actually going insane. and she'd be like 5 months pregnant now, but her tummy is more or less flat, except maybe a little bit bigger than normal. How can I calm her down? At my bloody wit's end. Thanks.
Tell her not to drink water
best,
before getting
best,
into her
answer.
stomach.
best answer. Put her
Wait
mind
for
at
the
ease. She's
answer.
just fat.
Yeah. That's why you also ruined the last one, because the answer was the best part of the last one, but you moved on.
That seems like so
I
much
ruined
work.
the answer.
No, the Skyrim one. No, there was an answer on the bottom that I thought was the best part.
Oh, I also appear to have missed one as well. Okay. Where can I learn? Where can I learn? Where can I learn the Skyrim Dova language and Daedric too, in the complete opposite direction of a vagina?
Oh.
I obviously proofread before, and I was like, that was the best.
Why does
part
this
of the whole
keep
thing.
kicking me fucking out? What one are you? Give me a moment. Okay. What happens if you leave hair dye in longer than you're supposed to? I seem to have jumped past this one. Sorry. Oh no, they can't spell. Okay. I'm dye young, my hair burgundy. And is it true that if you dye your hair a week before your period, the dye doesn't color as well? I can see what the theme for tonight is, by the way, Buzz.
There wasn't a theme, but it's
General related vagina antics.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah. It seems like most of your brain cells are already dead, so I'm sure you have nothing to worry about, says the best answer.
Oh my god.
Ouch. And then that's the pregnancy one, which we did. Right. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that. What is the meaning of procrastination?
I'll tell you
Define
later.
procrastination. I'll tell you later. I love that. That's very
Oh,
good.
that's nice.
That's
Oh,
good.
is that what it actually said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
I win. I fucking win.
And help, I can't get my penis out of the toaster. We did that one last week. Now,
Yeah.
while speaking of also on red,
Oh man, that's funny.
I'm gonna hide. Gonna hide that window for a minute just while I pull up. All right, Joseph, who sent me this. This is the craziest story I ever read. Right. Oh dear. Okay. And we're back. Okay, so fitting in with the theme of the chicken and eggs in the rears from the last time. Here we go. Indiana egg farmer transported to hospital with a live adult chicken stuck in his butthole.
I missed the adult part when you were talking about this.
A farm owner from Shelbyville in Indiana was transported to a hospital in a critical condition late last night with an extremely agitated hen, more than half buried in his starfish. Around 11:30 last night, Shelby County paramedics were called to answer a medical emergency concerning a serious accident involving a farm animal, something rather frequent in the rural area. Oh dear. Okay.
It wasn't an accident. There's no way that accidentally got up there.
Right.
Okay. And I'm probably... Boop. Let me just check this actually really quick.
Half. God.
I'm assuming the dude doesn't get named, which is the reason I'm floating through this. No, it does. So I don't have time. I'll tell you what, I'll read it out with it not on screen. How about that? And I can just remove people's names. Are you falling asleep on camera, Giz?
No.
If you're that tired, why don't you just log off?
Because we're in the middle of a show.
Okay. Upon arriving on site, they found the 57-year-old name redacted, inebriated, bloodied, and naked on a hen house floor with a loudly clucking 5-pound chicken sticking out of his rear. The paramedics briefly tried to remove the agitated bird from its uncomfortable position, but to no avail, and decided to transport Mr. Name Redacted and the bird to the hospital Name Redacted. According to Dr. Name Redacted, who extracted the bird from an extremely delicate 7-hour surgical intervention both man and animal would have died if they had waited any longer. The bird was dying of suffocation when it got there, and it had already badly lacerated the patient's bowels in a desperate attempt to get out and was still gashing at it like crazy. The hen, name redacted, was finally extracted around 7:30 this morning, suffering only minor physical injuries from the ordeal, while Mr. Name redacted necessitated 7 blood transfusions and more than 780 stitches.
Holy crap.
Dr. Name Redacted said it's a miracle that both farmer and his animal are still alive, and questions what caused the bird to get stuck in there. Oh, you can question all you want there, but I think we got some answers. I don't really know how the bird got there, but getting it out was so complicated and damaging that I can't imagine that getting it in could have been any fun either. Dr. Name Redacted, who extracted the hen from Mr. Redacted's rear cavity, says it's a miracle that both the man and the animal survived. Mr. Redacted hasn't regained consciousness yet to explain his version, but the Shelby County Sheriff's Department and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals have both launched investigations on the incident.
Oh,
and someone's going to swing by his hospital room and put the pillow over the head and
wow,
the daisies.
That's
a lot of transfusions, dude.
Dr. Name Redacted has such a ring to it. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is a
This is a weird one tonight, guys.
That is a weird show.
One.
I know why he was doing it. That just seemed, wow.
780 stitches.
Wow.
You're going to remember that.
Oh, fuck yeah, you are.
Yeah. If that guy comes
everybody
to,
in town.
if that guy comes to and says, I don't know how it happened, I'd be like, I feel you're talking bollocks, bud. Sorry. That's wow. That is a doozy. Anyway, that is it for us for the GoreCast tonight. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like button down below, as it helps get the show out and helps YouTube feel obliged to try and make more people watch it. And as well, if you haven't liked or if you haven't subscribed as well, while you're liking, you might as well hit the subscribe button while you're down there as well. They're right beside each other. So conveniently placed. Other than that, we're going to catch you over the weekend, where it's going to be some just gaming madness in general. I'll probably have an editing stream going on during the weekend as well, because I have loads of it. And of course, there is the usual mayhem and shenanigans on Sunday night over on American Horrors, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to as GMTs, where this week myself and Giz are going to be trying to resolve the issues of his sexually transmitted crab, and also talking about a whole bunch of crab horror movies in the process. We'll catch you all during the week. We're going to be talking about some sort of mad horror bollocks. GoreCast out, fuckers. Bye-bye.
Yeah, this one too. Relax. Well, for these bloody bastards. God, Jesus fuck. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? That's better, I guess. What's going on over here? Fuck! Oh, fuck me! Oh, man, can't you see I'm cooking? I can't hear you. You're cooking too loud. What? I said I can't hear you. You're cooking too loud. What? I said I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm cooking. I'm going to turn off some of this stuff. Hang on. Just turn that thing off. Right. What are you saying to me? What? Why are you cooking so much? Well, I need to cook food. I got crab. You've got crab? God, Jesus, fuck. Yeah. This is the best way to deal with it. A knife. 2 tons of undercooked fish food is the way to serve crab? They're not going to be undercooked in a minute, alright? That's why I'm doing all this crap. I thought you just needed to, Jesus, fuck. I thought you just needed to use a special shampoo in your old pit slits and tits. Special shampoo? What the fuck are you talking about? Crabs. Special shampoo you use to sort out your crabs. No, crab. Singular. You know what? Just come with me. What in the holy fuck? Yeah, I know. Where did you get a 50-foot crab?
Okay, funny story.
Yeah.
You know those clubs that you don't like me mentioning on air?
Or off air. Or in general. Maybe just stop it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I went to one at the weekend, right?
Right, okay.
I met this cute, ridiculously promiscuous little green-skinned chick with like those perfect little cute little curls.
How promiscuous were we talking?
Well, I mean, she was very into me. I mean, like, she practically was dry humping my leg at one point, so I thought it was a good thing. I mean, she had these cute little fangs and everything. I brought her home.
Right.
We had sex. It was
so it is a sexually transmitted crab, is what I'm getting, is it?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure because I mean, I asked her if I'd see her again. She said probably because she was after leaving me a little present.
Right.
She left. I woke up. This thing's just like.
So it's like a pet crab, like a my little crab.
Maybe. I mean, I fucking woke up. The thing's like right here, looking at me like I owe it money or something, and it's just.
So it is a sexually transmitted crab. I don't know what's going on, Giz. To be honest.
Sexually ownership transmitted? I don't fucking know myself.
I don't think that's a thing.
All I know is that I have to feed it about 2 tons of fish. Alright? Because what else am I going to do with the damn thing?
Right. Huh.
Hopefully the green chick comes back first.
Right, okay. Well, this is a conundrum. Gives me a good idea for an episode, though. Join myself and the Giz this Sunday, 8:30pm CST, and whatever that equates to as GMTs, only on American Horrors, where we're going to be going in depth and uncovering how kids got crabs. I'm only joking. We're going to be talking about a load of crab horror movies. We'll see you then.